played a half of football in the reserves for some unknown reason. That's some mismanagement on the play points from what we've been told. And the other one, I can't remember off the top of my head. Jamie Wells is coming for his first game for the club. So he's come from the Cairns Cutters with Crezza as well. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. I think he's a defender and, you know, is sort of an athletic type. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Another one that's done a couple of hours at EGS. We've just got him going everywhere.
So what's your prediction, Winky?
Myrtleford by 8 goals.
8 goals.
Yeah.
Okay. Monty?
Riley Smith to get the 3 votes.
In the ruck.
In the ruck. I reckon he'll have an absolute field day without Richards out there, because I reckon Richards has been fantastic for the Roos to start the year, and so is Riley Smith for the Saints. So I reckon he'll just have a field day, depending on who they go with. I think Riley Irvin's probably the walk-up start to go up against him, and then probably Caelan Bradkey is a bit of a chop out. But yeah, I'm going to go Riley Smith to get the 3 Morris Medal votes today.
I'm going to go with Jordan Foote to have 30 and a goal today, I reckon. He was really good against the Wodonga Raiders. Of course, he's a Jack Ogie medalist in the grand final for the Sandford for Woodville West Torrens back in 2020. Played 6 games for Sydney, comes with a serious pedigree. As I said, only played the 1 game this year, but I reckon you can write him down for 30 and a goal. In fact, he'll kick 2. He's going to have to.
2?
I think if Corowa-Rutherglen are going to win this game,
Let's go big.
It's only him and, well, who else is in their midfield? So you got Lee
Jed
McCarthy,
Longmire.
Jed Longmire, Jordan Foote.
Josh Clayton's back in today.
Josh Clayton, so those boys got to get to work today.
Yep, totally agree. Yep, spot on.
Riley Smith could have a genuine field day. I reckon
That's why it was my prediction.
Ruckman team of the year.
I was about to say
Right
that.
now.
I reckon he's probably the team of the year. Him and Ed Damon, I reckon he can toss a coin
Ed's
for mine.
killing it. Another one of my fantasy picks that never got credit for that.
Just on the O&M Live Fantasy. So we're doing O&M Live Fantasy this year. It's exactly the same as Supercoach. So we pick players, they go out and they score ranking points that are all viewable on the O&M Live website if anyone's wanting to listen, anyone's wanting to check. I do feel sorry for Monty. He's got the second most amount of points, yet he's only won the 1 game out of 4.
And you know what? I was very lucky to win my other game because you polled a lot when I bet you, but I bet you by 230 or something because you were stiff because I had a field day that day, but the other ones, I'm stiff.
Me and Monty are actually equal on points, Panda, and I'm sitting on top of the ladder. So that's
3 and 1, and I'm 1 and 3. How does that work?
And I have the 4th most points and haven't won a game. Go work that out.
And Ben Tallarico has the least in his second. So it's all up in the air, but we're going to have a great game here today, aren't we, Blake?
We are indeed. Siren has sounded in the 2s. It's a 39-point win to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. The umpires are out on the ground. We're going to take our final break. Pre-game done and dusted. The first bounce of the ball on the other side of this. It's Myrtleford hosting Corowa-Rutherglen. And at O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
On Edge FM.
First quarter action not too far away from starting here on OMFNL Live. Both sides are lining up here. Myrtleford Alpine Saints and Corowa-Rutherglen. We're about to do a 60 minute silence in honour of Fred Baldori, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints legend who passed away not long ago. So we'll pay our respects here.
Being playing life member and a club life member. A life taken too soon. Our thoughts are with Kate, Justin, Lauren and Indy and the entire family. If able, can you please stand for a moment of silence? Thank you. Thank you very much.
All right, so that was a minute silence for Fred Baldori, a Myrtleford Alpine Saints legend who passed away recently. Well done to both clubs, Myrtleford and Corowa-Rutherglen, for lining up to pay their respects. We're about 2 minutes away from the bounce of the ball here. First term all brought to you by A-grade oils and batteries. Around 5 SS&A ovens and Murray action. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints and the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos. My name is Blake Pandarescott. Alongside me, co-calling for the Northo Hotel today, Scotty Montgomery. And on the 40-wink stat sheet, David Dawson-Wink. Orbridonga's favourite small man. Who are we taking a look at today, Winky?
So for the home side, we'll take Jackson East. He's averaging 25 disposals for the season, so he's had a really good start to the year. Tom Capillari, Kai Augusto, really excited to see him play. He was laid out when we were up here a couple of weeks ago, so it'll be good to see him out there. And Byron Calagero is averaging 21.8 disposals a game so far, so having a really good crack to the start of the year. For Corowa-Rutherglen, we got Liam McCarthy. Pan, I know you were big on him at the start of the year, had big rap, so keen to see him live. Jed Longmire, and we'll take Jordan Foote as well.
Jordan Foote had an outstanding game on Easter Saturday. Monty, you were there against the Wodonga Raiders. You gave him the Anytime Fitness Player of the Day.
No, I gave it to Ray Murphy.
Okay.
Yep, but
I
Jordan Foote
was.
I did give him the 3 votes. I gave it to Ray Murphy. I thought he was really good, and when the game was there to be won in the first half, that's why I got the Player of the Day. But over the whole game, I thought that Jordan Foote was probably the most influential, and that's why I got the MPV votes. But I think he's great. He's good size. He'll start in the middle. He'll try and set the tone for him with a bit of physicality around the ball, and hopefully get some clearances.
Winky as well. If you're just joining the broadcast, there are a couple of late changes for Corowa-Rutherglen. If you can just repeat those for us.
So out is the big ruckman Nathan Richards, and also out is Tyler Roos. So a couple of big outs there for Corowa. And in is Fletcher Parker, who we just mentioned earlier, played a half of football already.
He's done the Logan Morris.
He's had
I think he's had the 6 cheeseburgers on the way back.
He doesn't quite have the max, and he's not playing in boots half his size either. But Fletcher Parker and Jamie Wells are in for their first game. Young Fletcher from Holbrook. Not sure if he played in a flag up there or not, but Jamie Wells played in a flag with Cressida at South Cairns Cutters last year. So he's in for his first game, 2 debutants for the club.
Well done to those debutants. A lot of debutants today across the Ovens and Murray. A couple at Yarrawonga, a couple at Lavington as well, which is good to see. The Bush Rangers are available this week, Monty.
I love it when all the Bushies come back and they're not told, no, load management, don't play. They all put their hand up to play, and you see some kids like Ryder Stevens at Yarrawonga. A few other in the competition, you just go, how good is going to be? Harry Dean, we spoke about
He's
as well.
a star, mate.
You said this to me up here Easter Sunday.
Harry Dean is a star. Had a little bit to do with him in the V-Line Cup. Ryder was in that team as well. Harry Dean, he's as good as they come. I think he's only 17, so he's only bottom age. Maybe, he might be 18, but he's a serious gun and is a big chance to be picked up by Carlton as a father-son.
If they're both half as good as their dads, they're going to be very, very good footballers. And this is quite interesting. Coro pulling 5 to the bench. That's a bit of something new.
Absolutely, haven't seen that before.
What is going on there today? We've had 2 blokes play half a game in the reserves because of points, and now we've got 5 blokes come to the bench.
Jed just got a bit confused. Jed Longmire, who's now Krez just told, no, mate, go forward. So obviously that was one of those late changes where he was probably going to start here, then be that midfield rotation, but he's going to go start forward.
Not the sharpest tool in the shed, Jed.
No, he's not, but he's one of the best blokes going around. I will say that. He is the nicest bloke. One of the nicest blokes I've ever met, apart from yourself, Blake Panner-Escott.
He's a good kid, young Jed Longmire, down there
Big
at Werribee.
future.
Absolutely. Played a few games at Collingwood VFL last year. Played the first 1 or 2 games for Werribee, but now applying his trade for Corowa-Rutherglen.
Spoke about Riley Irvin going to play in the ruck, and he's starting there. He's in the circle already, so big job for him. And Toby Cossa looks like he's going to start in the ruck. So Riley Smith's going to go forward, so they're going to try and stretch him early, the other Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Winky, your tip, please.
Myrtleford by 8 goals.
What about you, Monty?
Yeah, I'm going to have Myrtleford maybe around that, 6-7 goals.
Yeah, I'm Myrtleford by about 6-7 goals as well. I picked Corowa pre-game, but that's completely out the window for mine now with those 2 late changes. Nathan Richards, the big ruck, out. Tyler Roos, the gun midfielder, out for Corowa-Rutherglen as well. Not a cloud in the sky here, not a breath of wind at the McNamara Reserve as well. It is perfect conditions for footy right across the northeast and the border. And here's Scotty Montgomery for A-grade oars and batteries.
Yeah, here we go. Riley Irvin in the ruck. Cossa, give him that tap. Myrtleford, it's fumbling around. Well done by Foot. Gets it on the boot for the Roos. Inside 50. Curtis with the fist away. Who's going to be first there? It's going to be Morton for the Roos. Picks it up. No, he fumbles. Still just fumbling around right on the 50 arc. Tackled straight away was Amory. And we're going to have a ball up right on the 50-metre arc with the Roos kicking to the town end of the ground on the netball side. Tossed up. Irvin, nice leap at that. Give him that tap. Just fumbles around. Handball back now. Bit of sidestepping. Handball's turned over. It's going to go the way of Peffbridge, and here go the Saints down the far side.
Picked up out there by Liam McCarthy. We usually want his left foot, but he goes by hand instead. Here's Jordan Foote. Ball backs onto his right foot. Inside 50 is a shallow entry. And Mitchy Del Bosco marks in defence for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Looks inboard straight away. Corridor. It's been marked still in D50 by Zachy Pethbridge. Outstanding defender, this kid, and a really good kick as well. Comes out wide to Ferguson. They've moved it to the broadcast wing. It's a really awful kick, though. Paddy Lavis dropped what he should have marked. Hand passes intercepted by Jake Sharp, who goes inboard. Here come the Saints. Smith left it behind at half forward. Little clever tap there by Calagero. East is beset upon straight away. Able to get a kick out. Grubber at forward 10 metres for the Saints, but Joey Hansen picks up here for the Roos. So they look to switch across half back.
And they do by hands. They link up well, and Kai Williamson, the former Wangaratta Rover, goes with a chipping kick and finds the man that's coming late in Wells. Wells on the far wing with that right boot. Goes to centre half, centre wing. It's going to be a free kick. It's got to go the way of Bradkey, or the umpire's pointing the other way. He's going to give it to Myrtleford.
Brady Sharp.
Brady Sharp. Geez, that's an interesting one. Bradkey had front position, so I don't know how that happened. But anyway, he's gone backwards and gone to Mitchy Del Bosco. What's he going to do with it? He goes short, finds a teammate in Ferguson. He plays on straight away. Exiting defensive 50, comes through the middle of the ground for a nice little chiselling kick. And it's good hands out in front to Tenardi. Tenardi being called to play on. No one goes at him. So he just goes short and goes wide to the former coach in Sharp. That's Jake. Both knees heavily bandaged. Great to see him back button the senior side. Goes short to Simon Curtis, the premiership coach from Lavington. He switches the play. Finds another Sharp. And this time it's Brady. Brady goes inside 50 with a bit of a worm burner. Not a great kick. Riccardi goes to ground. Gets a boot on it. I think the boundary line's going to win the race, and it does. As we go to David Wink on the 40 Wink stat sheet.
Jordan Foot's already got 2 disposals so far in this game, and Myrtleford have gone inside 52 times, but both shallow entries. Scott, Panda?
No score on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. Opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. We've played around 2.5 minutes. Grubber kick to half forward from Myrtleford. Paddy Lavis, though, wins it across half back for the Roos. Hand pass to Butson, dodges one way, the other way. Short kick, not 15. Williamson crunched straight away by a Tenardi, big tackle. And the umpire says, give it to me. Attacking half here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, who are kicking to the Ovens River end of the ground. Corowa-Rutherglen kicking to the town end. No wind to speak of here on Edge FM. As Cossa goes by hand to Calagero. Beautiful kick right into the pocket of space, Winky. And here's the big boy, Riley Smith, who can line up from 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle.
The big fella is yet to kick a goal this year, and we do know Ruckman are not the most straight kick, to put it nicely.
It's always the little men that pick on Ruckman, isn't it, Panda?
Yeah, well,
but what about the mismatch they've been able to get here with Joe Hansen having to play on Riley Smith? It's unbelievable, the height difference.
And Riley Sharp's got a big advantage over Jamie Wells too.
So Riley Smith, the big ruckman from Peel Thunder,
Dobbs
says, stick it up, you clacker, Winky. Straight through the big sticks. A steel line goal today from Big Smithy. That's his first for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Did not look like missing. And the Saints go to 1 straight 6. Corowa-Rutherglen yet to score.
I don't think the goal umpire moved an inch there, boys.
He had Riley, the hand up before it hit the boot.
Yeah, Riley Smith goes back, puts that one through. And I'm really interested to see how this combination with Smith and Cossa goes. We know big Toby Cossa played the first couple games with a bit of match fitness to come into the season, and Riley Smith started so well, but Toby started the game in the ruck and Big Riley up forward.
Well, this could be a good thing for things to see in the future. We've been able to have that extra tall option forward, as we spoke about. They don't have many options, as Cossa wins that one in the middle. Tenardi overruns it. He goes foot, gets a handball, goes wide. Oh, it's well done there by Butson. Now finds McCarthy, but he fumbles. McCarthy loves his left boot and he's on it. So throws it on there quickly. Longmire, half forward, overruns it. Could have got pushed in the back. Umpire says no, play on. McPherson spills a handball towards Jake Sharp, who goes to ground. Great tackle there by Melcham. And we'll have a ball up at half forward for the Roos. A little bit scrappy there. Kick from McCarthy wasn't great.
Stiff for Longmire. Had to have a free kick for a push in the back there.
Oh, I think you're spot on there, as now the ball gets tossed up. Cossa wins that one. Goes to ground. Longmire at half forward. Goes looking for Bradkey. Comes the fight front to Hope, who got there front and square. Can't pick it up. Well done, Sharp at ground level. That's Brady. And it's going to be a ball up. 30 out, straight in front. Of course, town end, the way Corowa are going at the moment. Panda, take it away.
1 straight 6 Myrtleford off the boot of Riley Smith to the Roos yet to score. A rare inside 50 for them. Still very early in the opening term. Butson around this footy. So's Josh Clayton. And the umpire says, give it to me. A secondary stoppage inside 50 for the Roos.
Looks like Clayton's playing that second ruck role. A bit different for him.
Bradkey did really well at ground level. Tried to shake off a Harrington tackle. Not sure he got hand pass to it. Cossa around the footy. Elijah Amory. All this inside the forward pocket for Corowa-Rutherglen. Amory shot on goal was smothered. The Saints jam it on the boot outside D50. And it's over the line now to play on the far side. About 70 around from Corowa-Rutherglen's goal. Winky for 40 winks.
Elijah Amory's doing well to have a shot on goal from the back pocket, Panda.
Forward pocket.
That was the forward pocket. It was definitely Elijah Amory.
It definitely was. Just mixed my words a little bit there. Take it away, Mont, for the Northo.
It's going to be thrown in. 70 away from Corowa's goal. Ball tossed in. Longmire now on the ruck. That's got definitely a different one we've seen. Gets the boot and the clearance, but it's cut off straight away by Pethbridge. So he's got the mark at half-back. Goes short. Finds Curtis. It's gone 7 metres. Miller says, yes, that's enough in this league. Curtis now, we know what a beautiful kick he is. Kicks it out, looking for Cossa. Cossa does well at ground level, really well with a spin and a handball back. Finds a teammate. Kick comes inboard to East. Another one that's gone about 7 metres. Umpire says, yep, we'll play that one too. Jackson goes inboard, finds Del Bosco. What can Mitchie do with it? He's looking around, trying to find an option. A lot of congestion through the middle of the ground here. Del Bosco now goes long to half forward. He's got East out the back, who's worked so hard to get that footy. East rolls around straight away. Didn't see that man coming, but he gets around him. Goes inside 50 now as Jackson to Riccardi. Great kick, great hands. Riccardi will go back and have a shot from straight in front.
That was a brilliant bit of play there. You just saw the work rate. Was it Jackson East, you said there, Monty? Just burst through and then a great kick. I'm not sure who kicked it there for Myrtleford, but
Jackson East.
To get it over the back and then to get that mark inside forward 50 was a brilliant set of play.
You're spot on, and Riccardi's hands there were fantastic. Down low, goes back and puts it straight through the middle. Brodie kicks his first for today. And we've seen a couple of different goal kickers already. That's their second, the Saints. They're 2 straight 12. Corey yet to hit the scoreboard. And we've gone 8 minutes thanks to Macca's on the time clock. And, of course, that's on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Well, we spoke pre-game about where Myrtleford's goals were going to come from with Lockie Murphy-Dale being out. Matty Taberner obviously not playing at the moment. So they've started this one early. They've got two multiple goal kickers. And I think they'll be pretty happy with the start here, the Saints.
Goals to Smith and Riccardi at the 8th minute mark. The Saints by 2 straight kicks here on O&M Live. Cossa and Irvin in the ruck. Longmire back in the middle. Crunch straight away. The Saints want holding the ball. The umpire says, give it to me. The umpires today, Glenn Clark, Brenton Swanpool and Jaden Taylor-Perkins doing the umpiring. Cossa, beautiful tap down looking for Capillari. He's got a change in number today. The 41's thrown me off a few times, I have to say. Here he is on cue. Kick inside, forward 50. In fact, it's just outside, marked by Decky Brand. Kicked 40-odd goals for Brighton, the O&K last year. Great intercept marked by Jed Longmire. Running hard defensively as a midfielder for Corowa. Kicks out to the far wing. Here's Melksham. Has to retreat by hand. Goes back to Lavis. Inboard kicks also gone about 7 metres. And it's back with the man that started it all. Jed Longmire, whose kick across goal was really ordinary. Set a task for Jamie Wells. Corowa-Rutherglen's clearing kick out of defence has been intercepted by big Riley Smith. He goes short to Riccardi. Turnover creates opportunity for the Saints, and Riccardi will go back for 2 in a minute.
Geordie Ayres was the kick there. He just got turned over. Just wasn't good enough. Rushed it. Had a bit more time than what he thought. Just threw it on the boot. I tell you what, nice little link up here from the forwards of Myrtleford Alpine Saints. How quick was Smith to turn his head, find the little Riccardi, who we know is such a little goal sneak.
Kick 4.5 last week did Brodie. Like the new blue boots this year. A lot of light blues getting around in the ovens of Murray.
Not a fan.
His kick won't even make the distance. Oh, it's been marked though. Doesn't matter. Sneaking forward and marking that. I think it might be Jackson East. How can one of the smallest blokes on the ground play on and snap a steel line goal today? Cap off of Mawson's concrete mark of the day. Jackson East has booted his 6th for the year. Another goal from a midfielder, and the Saints have got 3 inside 10 minutes. They lead 18-0.
Mate, alarming signs early for Corowa-Rutherglen. Myrtleford's already had 4 marks inside forward 50. They only average 13 for the season. 13 marks inside forward 50 for the season, and they've already got 4 early in this one here.
And Jackson East with that one. That's the reason why he's on my field in fantasy ahead of Thomas Sutherland, boys, just so you know. Anyway, the ball's back in the middle now. Of course, the game traffic and contracting scoreboard says 3 straight to the Alpine Saints. Corey at the score. Irvin, he's got the big task today. Cossa, give him another tap out. Maraka, you're caught holding the footy by Ray Murphy. Murphy's going to get the kick in the centre of the ground. He's going to look forward to one of his big options. Goes a little bit short, lower the eyes. Great hit there. He's found the man in Clancy. He's taken the mark about 40 out, and I reckon this kid could be anything. I think he's got a lot of improvement in his game.
That was a beautiful kick from Ray Murphy. There was a bit of space for once, Winky, and Corowa-Rutherglen's forward 50, and kicked a goal last week on debut against Aubrey.
Beautiful goal too, from the boundary.
Will he go back and nail this one? They need it.
He's a nice long kick. He's Clancy. Come in from the power. He's going to kick from 50. Set sail. It's looking all right. It's looking good. Just a little bit to the right. Through for a minor score. And that's the first for the Roos. They're 1 behind Myrtleford. 3 straight 18 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
Just on the 40-wing stat sheet, Jed Longmire's up to 4 disposals already. Jordan Foot's got 3, while Jackson East and Tom Capillari both have 3 disposals early for Myrtleford Saints.
Mitchie Del Bosco, who's moved to half-back in the last couple of years, goes short to Maraca. Bork with a hand pass through Murphy off the mark. Instead goes down the line to Jackson East, who's dangerous forward to centre as a midfielder for the Saints. Kicks off a step. Beautiful one too. Riley Smith is causing all sorts of headaches for the Corowa defence. Kick into the pocket, looking for Sharp, floating back and taking a wonderful, courageous mark was Cody Shutt for Corowa-Rutherglen, who looks to switch aggressively straight away. Sets a task for young Jaden Butson. Good tackle by Declan Brand. Ball on the far side of the McNamara. Clayton goes by hand to Butson. Good link-up play here by Corowa-Rutherglen. Butson gets it back, goes short to Shutt. Called to play on. They finally call one, not 15. Stiff was Cody Shutt.
That was the only one that went 15.
And we'll have a ball up in attack for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They lead by 17 points for game traffic and contracting. We've gone 12 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Loving this forward line look for the Saints as now they get another one through Capillari inside 50. Sharp versus Irvin. Irvin's been sent back already. Hanson's going to be the first one onto this one for the Roos, and he takes off. This is what we want to see. Joey with a bounce. What can he do? It's an ugly outside of the boot kick. Ball towards Parker. Now foot at ground level. Probably could have got a kick in danger, but Colin Giero goes and gets it. Handballs it now to Smith. Smith inside 50 for the Saints. It's going in there a lot. Ayres for the Roos. Nice handball to Hanson, and Hanson's gone wide and found Melcham. Melcham exits defensive 50, looks to centre wing, looking for Bradkey. Well done, Peffbridge, and Jake Sharp's there at ground level, and the Saints are going to go again.
Big high up and under from Sharp down the far side. Shutt was pushed into that by Declan Brand. That's why he's an interleague rep, is Cody Shutt. Such a good player for the Rovers when he was there. Clayton's kick was not great for Melksham. He's been lucky to get a free kick there. He was grabbed without the footy, but Clayton's kick off a step was really poor. He gets it back here from Melksham on the far wing. Goes long, inside forward 50. Calveen wasn't able to mark. Ball spills here to Jordan Foot, who comes in board and then hand passes to no one. Didn't have any teammates. Well done there by Jake Sharp. East working hard for the Saints. Goes out wide. His kick was partially smothered, but it works out all right here for Maraca. Hand pass forward onto Curtis, back to East. Left foot kick to half forwards, all right. Got Sharp on a searching lead. Goes back, looking for big Kai Agosta. Takes on a couple of plays. His kick was smothered and will be thrown back in. In front of the scoreboard, 50 around for Myrtleford's goal. They lead 3 straight 18 to Corowa-Rutherglen, 1 behind. David Wink, 40 winks.
Jackson East is running amok here, boys. He's had 6 disposals and already has the 1 goal for Myrtleford. They need to really put some attention to him, I think.
Ball tossed in right on the 50 arc. Who's got that? Melcham. Just a handball over the head in hope and doesn't find a target. Wrapped up straight away there.
Monty a bit stiff. Of course, it's a buy in our fantasy.
I know, because Jackson East is absolutely having a field day. As now Tenardi goes to Jake Sharp. Sharp sends it high. Smith over the top. Riley Smith. One of the Sharp boys, whichever one. You've got to pay one of them. They're teammates.
He said ball up.
I says no, we'll ball it up. Right next to the boundary line. And of course, that was Riley Sharp in man in front. Smith over the top. Probably could have got one of them a mark. But the number says no. Tossed up now in the forward pocket. Smith gets the tap. Irvin, who did the ruck work, gets the handball from the clearance, and Joe Hanson is throws it on the boot trying to clear. Well done there by Calvin. A little push in the back. Umpire says yes, it was. McCarthy takes the advantage. Finds hope now. He's got no one in front of him. He's just got to get it out in the space. Bradkey's the first one breaking. Bradkey's going to be the first one there. Can he take it? Well done by Peffbridge. Worked him under it. He's just going to see this one through, I think. No, he's happy to keep it in. He kicks towards Curtis. Curtis takes a nice mark, and the Saints will get out of trouble here.
Gut running from Bradkey. The kick was just too far in front of him. Wasn't able to mark. Looked a certain goal for Corowa-Rutherglen, but the Saints defence hold up. Curtis goes short. They work it to the far wing. Big Cossa marks out on the far side. Bit of a scruff, Monty, off the ball.
Mitchie Del Bosco and Elijah Amory just having a little bit how you do.
That's what we like to see, Winky.
I'm all about that, Panda.
I know. Copped a couple of rib ticklers from you back in the under-16s. Munro goes out wide.
Because he couldn't reach your chin.
That's it. First time we've called him today, Munro. Out to Smith. Goes short to East. So good overhead for a small fella is Jackson East. He is a gun. Starting to make his mark in the ovens of Murray. Kick is a beauty. Look at that, right into the leading lane of Damon Harrington. I reckon he might have the legs here, Damon Harrington. Looks like he's trying to...
a bit nervous, I reckon.
Looks like he's trying to pass it off. He's about 55 out. Slight angle.
Here we go, Jake Sharp.
He gives it off to Jake Sharp, called beautifully by Monty, who lets go from 50. Bren! Oh, what a mark in the pocket. Stuck the big jukes up in front of Geordie Ayres, and Decky Bren will snap this around the corner from 20 metres out.
Guys, mentioned it before, the marks inside 50, they're at 6 from 9 entries.
Bren snaps and misses. Minor score. No one on the goal line there. Poor defending from Corowa. 3-1-19 Myrtleford. Corowa-Rutherglen 1 behind on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. We've played 16 opening term. Monty for the Northo Hotel.
Danger signs here already for Corowa. I feel the amount of inside 50s. They haven't been able to stop the footy between the arcs, let alone the big keys they've got. As Hope gets right up the ground here on centre wing, takes the mark for the Roos. What can he do? Hope just goes back, finds Melcham. A little bit close to the boundary. He plays on straight away. He's found a target and a teammate at half forward, and it's Foot. Foot now with a nice little chipping kick over the top to Murphy. What can Raymond do? He's right on the 50 arc. Murphy looking inside 50. Here come the leads. Who's going to pick out? He's going to go long. It's not a great kick. It's got over the back. Colin Gero, nice handball now to Del Bosco. Del Bosco with a beautiful relieving kick finds Riccardi, who's worked so far up the ground. Still in defensive 50. And he's going to look for an option, and they'll reset here. The Saints can go again through Del Bosco.
They lead this one by 18 points in full control here on Edge FM's O&M Live. Opening term for A-grade oils and batteries. Ball on the far side. Kick down the wing from Pethbridge. A lovely left leg. Getting tackled to the ground was Declan Bren by a Corowa opponent. A free kick right on centre wing. Quickly a couple of winkies. 40 winkies, please.
40 winkies.
Bowen Caligero's up to 5 disposals on the 40-wing stat sheet, and Jackson East up to 7, and obviously has kicked the 1 goal as well.
You like that one, Monty?
I did, actually. They're the winkies. We might go with that from now on.
I did steal it from Alex Marklew on O&M Live Socials.
Oh.
It's been turned over here on the far side. Corrie will win it back. Ordinary hand pass in the middle of the ground. Clayton just picks it up, puts it on the shoe. Falls to half forward. Darcy Hope did all the hard work and fell over at the last minute. The Saints get back in numbers. Diesel Beatty under the pressure there by Brady Morton. Well done, Brady. Del Bosco tackles him. Morton got a hand pass out. Trickles inside 50 here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Butson and Pethbridge. Pethbridge playing a really good game in defence. Great exiting kick. Finds Caligero, and the Saints are away on the far side.
When does Pethbridge not play a good one? As now it finds its way to Decky Bren. Bren goes back inboard looking for a teammate in Capillari. Oh, well done there by Rouston. Plays on straight away. Goes short, finds Clayton at the top of the 50. It's a nice kick. Chisler finds Hope on the chest. Takes the diving mark. And he'll go back and have a shot straight in front, 35 out. Needs to put this one on the board for the Roos.
Yeah, that was a beautiful kick in there. Side forward, 50 to big Darcy Hope by Josh Clayton. That was too much space given to Darcy Hope there.
Jack Rouston winning that ball back on the far side, and they just went straight away. They caught the Myrtleford Alpine Saints defence napping. Of course, they thought they'd won the football. They hadn't had numbers back in defence, and this has to go through for Big Darcy. What's he kicked? 8 for the year. This is his most important shot on goal.
Absolutely it is. They need that momentum swing here to the Roos as Hope on the runway sets over home, and he loves it off the boot, and he's let Pethbridge know about it, that's for sure, but that's their first, the Roos. That's 1-1-7 and 3-1-19 on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard. We've gone nearly 20 minutes thanks to Macca's in the first quarter. Brought to you by A-grade oils and batteries.
Cora really needed that one, and that's probably an aspect of Darcy's game that hasn't been great this year, is that set shot routine, but he's gone back there and kicked the first one. That'll be a great confidence boost for him today. Cora are going to need him to kick a few if they're going to win this one, I think, boys.
It's taken 20 minutes, but Corowa-Rutherglen are finally on the board. They trail by 12 points. 19, play 7 for game traffic and contracting. Like how Hope got straight in Pethbridge's grill. Bit of heat in this one. I like it. Myrtleford taking on Corowa-Rutherglen here on Edge FM's O&M Live. Back in the middle here. Riley Smith tackled by Ray Murphy. The biggest bloke on the ground and the smallest bloke going to work. I like to see it. It's like Winky tacking Goliath.
What are you going to say, Gus?
All that too. Osborne on ground level working hard. So is Ray Murphy, but the Saints win it out through Maraca. Caligero, really quick hands. In fact, it was Munro. Capillari gets through traffic, retreats back to Munro, who's gone the one buzz haircut. Goes out wide looking for a bloke that doesn't have much on top as well. Del Bosco goes by hand looking for Bren, who's working hard to help out his midfielders. Comes in board, good kick. Finds Capillari on centre wing. 19 plays 7 for game traffic and contracting. Myrtleford up, goes in board. Calvin marks inside the centre square for the Saints.
Calvin now just assessing his options. got Pethbridge running, but he says no, not yet. Just goes back. He's going to kick it towards the scoreboard. He's got a loose man there. I think it's Harrington. It is. Takes the mark right on the 50 in front of the scoreboard. Plays on straight away. Does Damon. Damon's kick's not a great one. Rouston reads it really well again. Doesn't take the mark. Tackled straight away by Riccardi. And we're going to have a ball up. 35 out from the Myrtleford Saints goals. Of course, 12-point lead at the moment on the game traffic and contracting scoreboard.
We'll go around the ground soon for Evolution Roofing. We'll get Winky to check those ones out for us. 3 other games happening in the Ovens of Murray. Both Wangaratta sides with a bye. Del Bosco put his head over the footy. Didn't get rid of it. Had to be holding the ball. Butson tackled him. Umpire says play on. And we'll have a stoppage. 40 around for Myrtleford goal. Around the grounds, Winky. Give us a couple of games for Evolution Roofing.
Around the grounds, Wodonga leading Yarrawonga 18-6 early in that one. North Albury 15 lead Raiders 13.
Ball thrown up. Lots of players around the footy. What about a score in the Albury-Lavey game, Winky?
Albury have kicked away early in that one, lead 4 goals straight, 27 to 2 points.
So Albury with the jump on Lavey and a couple of tight ones, including this one by 12 points. Myrtleford taking on Corowa. Saints with the lead early. Osborne ripped down, and we'll have another stoppage, a third stoppage inside forward 50 for Myrtleford. 22 minutes played opening term. That's on the Macca's time clock.
Thank you, Panda, for the Northo Hotel. Ball's going to be tossed up just inside 50 here for the Saints. Irvin goes a little bit early. I think he's going to get paid a block here, yes, against Sharp. That's Riley, gave away that free kick in the ruck. Umpire says play on. No one's watching. Cody Shutt had his back turned and the handball come. Not smart play there by the Roos. I reckon Crescent might have thrown the board there. Yep, sending the runner straight out there. Darren, let him know what's what, because that wasn't smart when you had a free kick and you've been under the pump. 23 minutes gone. Ball tossed up now, top of the 50 arc. Sharp wins that tap. Comes down Maraca. No, it's East. Tackled straight away. Ball just fumbles around for the Longmire. Finally gets it and he gets a handball towards Lavis. Great pick up there by Pickle Rick. Kicks it out now. Kelveen's going to lead this charge for the Saints. He gets it. Gives a handball towards Munro. What can Munro do? He's normally a beautiful user. Tries to get around. Shut but can't. Now it feeds its way back to Jake Sharp. And as you can hear, there goes the siren to end the first quarter. The Saints, what a start, but Cora got some momentum back. It's 3-1-19, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, to 1-1-7, the Corowa-Roos. I'll tell you what, that quarter went both ways for about 10 minutes each, I think, Panda.
It certainly did. A short quarter, only went 23 and a half minutes, but it's the Saints by 12 points. Quarter time here on O&M Live, Edge FM's O&M Live. We'll take a break. Second quarter on the other side of this. It's O&M Live, where you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired. How about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a hole, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Ooh.
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
On Edge FM.
3 goals to 1 at quarter time. It's a 12-point lead to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints over Corowa-Rutherglen. 3-1-19 to the Roos 1-1-7. Blake Penderescott with you. Scotty Montgomery, David Wink dominating our 40-wink stat shed. Who were the quarters best in the opening term, Winky? All thanks to Albury Vital Air. Albury Vital Air now in Wangaratta, helping you breathe easier day and night.
I think Jackson East was clearly the best player on the ground there, along with Riley Smith. He had 9 disposals and kicked a goal, and some of his overhead marking really stood out to me. For a guy who's not that big, took 3 or 4 really good overhead marks. And Riley Smith also looked dangerous up forward, and then when he went into the ruck as well. And then for Coro, I thought Joe Hansen was all right down in the back 6. Come out, a few entries, a few rebounds were a little bit sloppy, but the pressure from Myrtleford was good. And he was probably Coro's best for mine.
That's what happens when you hit a couple of snakes before you go on air, don't you, Monty?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, he was still shoveling me because I had a couple, but I knew he was going first, so I was able to get him down. But that's inexperience for you, Wink. You'll learn, mate. You'll be right. Okay.
Our man shoveling in snakes.
He's
and
still
lollies.
shoveling them in now.
There's a cough button, Winky. You can press it, my friend. No, I'm only staring. That's what we love to see. But we will out you when you eat on air. Absolutely. Who lit up the 40-wing stat sheet in the opening term for both sides, please, Winky?
Well, that man I just mentioned, Jackson East, he lit it up with 9. Tom Capillari, he had 5. Byron Calagero had 7 as well. He had a really good first quarter. And for Corowa-Rutherglen, Jed Longmire had 5. Jordan Foote had the 5 disposals. And Liam McCarthy had 3. A little bit quiet for Liam, but I'm sure he'll get moving in the next 3 quarters.
He just hasn't had the space, Liam McCarthy, in that opening quarter.
And he's a guy that you rely so much between the arcs to be there, the link player from half back through the middle of the ground. They want him kicking the ball inside 50 because he is a beautiful user of the footy, and he just hasn't been given that space. And I reckon that's work that Funky's done during the week with the Myrtleford Saints, that they're just going to put a lot of time into him.
Quarter time for Evolution Roofing in the other 3 Ovens and Murray games, please, David Wink.
Wodonga Bulldogs kicked 4 goals straight to Yarrawonga's 2 goals straight. So 24-12, Wodonga Bulldogs lead that one at quarter time. Surprise over at Bunton Park. Wodonga Raiders lead 3 goals 3-21 to North Albury, 2 goals 5-17. And surprise result here at quarter time at the Albury Sports Ground. 4 goals 3-27. The Albury Tigers play Lavington 0 goals 4.
So a few inaccurate sides, North Albury and Lavington coming back to bite them.
Now, I'm just looking at Sam Carpenter, who's doing the running for Coro this year, and he's down getting a rub at quarter time. He hasn't covered that many Ks, has he?
You are joking.
He is. Look at him, Carps. What are you doing, Sam? We know you're 37, but he's getting checked out.
I love it. He's just looked up here as well.
That's an old man injury. He's getting hammies and calves. Look at him. Everything done.
Doing the running, and he's got the spray on the calves. He's getting him all up on the bench. Isn't that fantastic?
I've seen it all.
How far do you reckon you cover as a runner in a quarter, Scott?
Oh, I reckon you're probably doing 10 Ks a game, maybe 12. So he'd be doing 2.5, 3 Ks, and he's had to get a rub after that. So
I can guarantee you.
And it wasn't at full pace either. I was watching him out there in the pink, and
I can guarantee you there's a runner that wears pink on away games for North Albury. There is no chance he's covering anywhere from 10 to 12 Ks a game.
He's got a tighter shirt than Sam too.
Just on that, can we get him an extra large shirt if he's going to be doing the running on a regular basis, Blake?
We are speaking about the president of North Albury, Oscar Ramsden. Second quarter underway here for Jaco Orbradonga. Jump into Jaco. Head anywhere around Australia. Best way to see the country. Calagero in the middle of the ground this quarter. We've got a ball up, secondary stoppage. Big Cossa and Caelan Bradkey doing the ruck work here for the Roos. Of course, Nathan Richards, the big ruckman for Corowa-Rutherglen, are laid out, and also Tyler Roos into the side, Fletcher Parker and Jamie Wells on debut for Corowa-Rutherglen. Joey Ugle was all ready to play and said, no, you got to run on the ground and play in the twos.
Might have been a points issue from what we're hearing.
You carry too many points. Winning a really hard ball there was Tenardi. Well done. And a beautiful kick exiting the stoppage to Matty Munro. On to East. Watch the Saints link up by hand. Left foot kicks a beauty from Jackson East. Finds Riley Smith, who's playing a little bit more forward today. He's 2 kicks from home. Sits it up to the hot spot. Where's big Riley Sharp? Going very early was Augusta. Didn't impact the contest, and Hansen links up with Williamson. Put him under a bit of pressure, goes back to Hansen. His exiting kick looking for Bradkey. Wasn't able to mark. The Saints force a turnover. Riccardi retreats to Munro, tackled straight away by Longmire. And we'll have a ball up after all that. In attack for the Saints. 1.5 minutes we've gone in the second term for Jaco.
Yeah, not a great kick there from Joe Hansen. This ball gets tossed up just inside 50. Munro, great work coming through the stoppage. He's going to get a free kick here, and it's going to go the way of the Saints. And it's going to go to, Tenardi. So Mitch Tenardi will go back and have a shot from about 35 out, 45-degree angle. And I reckon he's got the legs here.
Certainly does. How good did he move through traffic before from that stoppage in the middle of the ground? Just looks like he has so much more time than everybody else. Never panics, and he's another boy from WA.
They just keep turning up, don't they, these boys from WA for Funky. As Tenardi sets sail from about 40. Doesn't quite like it. And it's through for a minor score. So that takes the Myrtleford Saints to 3-2-20. Cora 1-1-7 on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard. And we've got exactly 2 minutes on the Macca's time clock here in the second quarter.
Blake Penderecott with you and Scotty Montgomery for the Northo Hotel. Great to have the Northo on board in 2025. McCarthy with the kick-in duties. Goes short here to Williamson. Dropped for that grand final for the Rovers last year. Kick's not a great one. Pethbridge read that from a mile away. Intercept, turnover. Here come the Saints through Capillari. Into the pocket. Sharp got 2 hands to it. Sharp tried to claim it, then hand passed it over the back of his head. Jamie Wells has kicked that out on the full. It's come off his knee, I reckon, or just under. And it's going to be a free kick to the Saints here in the pocket. It's Matty Munro, and it's the right side for a left footer.
Absolutely it is, and we know how classy this guy is. He'll just roll around here, snap this one around, and I reckon he'll put this one through.
Probably one that's gone a little bit unnoticed this year with all the recruits they've got.
Absolutely. Runs around, shelling peas for Matty Munro. A steel line goal today. Not sure who was manning the mark. He was able to run around too easy there and put it through.
Where was the guy 10 metres in, Panda?
Yeah, and the Saints go to 4 goals to 26 to Corowa-Rutherglen 1-1-7. That would not please Darren Creswell, David Wink.
Well, not much does, I don't think, to be honest with you, Blake.
Yeah, I can attest to that.
What do you got for us on the 40 Wink stats, please, Winky?
No one's really stood out so far this quarter, but again, Myrtleford just pumping the inside 50s, putting that Corowa back 6 under loads of pressure. And we think, with those couple of outs, they've had to move Caelan Bradkey into the ruck. Riley Irvin's had to play ruck as well. They just don't seem to be as tall and as strong down there today.
As the ball back in the middle gets tossed up. Coming through was East, dispossessed. Bradkey in the ruck, as David just told us. Goes to McCarthy. Links up by hands again, finds Foot. Grabbed around the shoulders. Umpire says, no, it's all right. Looking for Hobart. Pethbridge just uses the body so well again. Goes short, finds Capillari. Still in defensive 50. He's going to come this way to the broadcast side to McPherson. Plays on, goes straight away. Gets Cossa in a paddock of space. No one around him. Now Murphy mans the mark. Cossa, true centre wing. It's a nice little kick from the ruckman. Finds Colangero at half forward. Looking, asking for someone to come at him. He's still saying, come at me, boys. Bowen now runs around on that right foot, goes to the pocket. It's not a great kick, and that's a great mark. I reckon it's Jack Rouston again.
Yep.
It is. He's done so well down there in defence so far for the Corowa-Rutherglen, and here they go for switching kick.
It was a Mawson's concrete mark of the day from Jackie Boy, the boy from Griffith. Here's McCarthy, the boy from Colac. Long way away from here. Goes down the wing. Bit of space opens up here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Geordie Ayres paid the mark, and then he's got to go back behind his mark. Yep. Tried to play on straight away because the ball hit the ground, but you have to go back behind your mark, Geordie. Of course, his brother playing for Werribee. Goes short. Dinky little kick. Asked a lot of Josh Clayton. How many for Josh Clayton, Winky?
And not taking his numbers today, Blake.
Oh. Cop that, Josh. That's what we think. Into the pocket. Pethbridge and Hope. Hope gets rid of Pethbridge. Ball out the back. Here's Parker on debut. Already played a half a game in the twos. And we have a ball up. In attack here for Corowa-Rutherglen, a rare inside 50. They trail by 19 points, 26-7 for CMV Truck and Bus. We played 5 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Ball tossed up in the forward pocket for the Roos. Here's Parker, as we spoke about on debut. Can't be clean. Simon Curtis happy just to walk that one over, and we'll have a boundary throw in now. About 10 around from the point post. Of course, this second quarter is brought to you by Jayco Auburn. Get into a Jayco.
It's a great jingle.
It is. It really is. Whoever came up with that paid a lot of money, I reckon. As Clancy wins that tap for the Roos. Tenardi tackled straight away was McPherson. Tenardi goes and gets it again. Handball to East, on to Curtis. What a link up that is. Oh, through the hands of Riley Sharp as we hear next door. This is the big bang. Ball comes in, ball down by the Roos, and that's a terrible kick. Augusta stands under it, and here he goes from centre wing.
Yeah, open 50 here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Riccardi was out the back, but Shutt came across. I was too busy looking at the bench because Kreza told Carps to get on your bike and send a message to whoever turned that footy over. And we have a out of bounds on the full free kick here to Myrtleford. Oh, a bit of sloppy play here. Capillari dropped an easy chest mark. East left the football behind. Pressure's up from both sides. Out on the far side. Handball from Clayton. Finds Amory. Kick down the line. Bounces in front of Pickle Rick Lavis. Goes back to Murphy. Inboard kick. Clayton and Tenardi go at it. Saints force a turnover. Capillari with an inside-out torpedo punt. Riley Irvin, who's gone back into defence, just out-muscled Riley Sharp. The two Rileys. Oh, it's a really ordinary kick out of defence from Irvin. Munro almost intercepted for the Saints. Here's Jake Sharp. Hand passes to East. Gets on his left. Back to Jake Sharp. Snap on goal. It's a good one.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. It's a minor score. They started clapping, did the Myrtleford Alpine Saints fans. Almost forced a goal from a lot of mistakes from Corowa-Rutherglen at the minute. Minor score, 4-3-27 Myrtleford. 7 scoring shots to 2. Corowa-Rutherglen 1-1-7. 7 minutes played for Maccas. Winky, they just cannot get it out of defence at the minute.
They can't. They're up to 15 inside 50s for the Myrtleford Saints. Just peppering the inside 50s at the moment.
As Wells on debut for the Roos. Takes the mark in the back pocket. Goes short to Irvin. Big Riley, I loved his game so far. It's not a great kick, and he turns it straight over to Capillari. Capillari now. What's he going to do? At half forward. I reckon he's going to go looking for a tall target. And he does nice and low to Augusta. Great hit there by Capillari. Just sat in the hole. Augusta takes the mark. He just kept coming at him, and he'll go back and have a shot. Tight angle, but it definitely opens up a little bit here at the McNamara Reserve.
Kai Augusta, one that we spoke about pre-game as well, kicked a couple goals and had 25-odd touches in round 1 and then missed a few weeks.
Set sail from 45, does Kai. Oh. He doesn't mind it at all. Celebrates it as it hits the boot. That's a steal line goal today from Augusta. And that's the 5th for the Saints, and they're 5-3-33. The Roos 1-7 on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. And we've gone 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this second quarter.
Boys, Tom Capillari and Jackson East are just lighting this game up and getting so much drive through the midfield. The Corowa-Roos boys just can't seem to go with them. They get it on the outside and they just go. The Roos boys really need to put some attention in there to them if they're going to stop that at the coalface.
That was as clean a hit off a shoe you will see from Kai Augusta. Post height from 45 out, straight through the middle. 10 metres in from the boundary.
Oh, I reckon he's going to get better and better as the year goes on too. I reckon he's someone who's probably short of a gallop at the moment, and I reckon he's going to get better as the year goes on.
We missed that Easter Sunday game with a tight calf, and the Yarrawonga game as well. Sorry, the Wangaratta game. Back last week, and he's playing deep forward here. As the Saints go to half forward again, Big Riley Smith and Deacon Clancy has gone back. Free kick here. to McCarthy. The Roos play on with an advantage straight away through Osborne. Kick sets a massive task for Elijah Amory on the far side, who has to try and beat Del Bosco. He does. Parker gets around an opponent, and Elijah Amory kept on running. Breaks the arc of 50, goes by hand. Over the top, here's Pat Lavis in front of the scoreboard. Dances around one, can snap a goal and finish off a wonderful bit of play for Corowa-Rutherglen. They made hard work of it, but in the end they finished a steel line goal today through Pickle Rick. 2-1-13 to Myrtleford, 5-3-33. They needed that one, Winky.
You called it perfectly, Panda, but sometimes those ugly goals, you just need to get it through the big stick. So the Cora would be happy with that one. Lee McCarthy up to 3 disposals in this second quarter. Really getting involved early, but Jed Longmire yet to touch it for the Roos after having 5 disposals in that first quarter.
Jeez, I'm loving the season Pickle Rick's starting to put together for the Roos. I reckon he's been a great one to get back as a one-pointer, back from the power.
Come with big raps, didn't he?
He did. I know because he went to Lavington during the reset year, and Lavy boys were very impressive, and just the points he couldn't get a game there. They thought he probably would have played seniors that year, but I love the fact that he's come back to the Roos and playing O&M footy because he's too good a talent to be in the Hume League, I think. The ball's back in the middle. Cossa gets the tap up against Morton. Morton goes chasing the ground level, gets it now, gets a handball on it. Butson tackled straight away. Great tackle by Munro. He's going to be pinged. I reckon he's a little bit stiff there, but Muncher's going to get the free kick in the middle of the ground. Matty Munro's really working in this game, I reckon. As he goes now looking on that left boot of his, inside 50. Looking for Augusta. Doesn't quite take the mark. Melcham's there for the Roos, and he picks it up at half-back. Nice handball to Osborne. Osborne out in front now of Hope. Hope can't quite get there. Not the best kick. It's 2 in a row from Osborne, where he's missed a genuine lead. I reckon Creswell will let him know about it as we've gone 11 minutes thanks to Maccas. It's a 20-point lead on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard to the Saints.
5 goals to 2. Still early stages of the second quarter for Jaco Orba-Wodonga. Cossa and also Brady Morton doing some part-time rucking for Corowa-Rutherglen. It's been marked here by Cody Shutt on the wing. Just gets better each and every single week under Creswell's system. Goes short. Finds Jaden Butson in the pink boots. Still on centre wing here for Corowa-Rutherglen. He's going to go short, finds Melksham. So a bit of hands-off footy here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Haven't had much of it in this game. So they're chipping it around smartly here. Osborne. You hear Funky next door wanting them to man up here, which is...
Tighten up a little bit,
yeah, tighten up, which is what we love to hear in our effects mic. Pardon the French. Osborne, that's a better kick. Goes short to Longmire. Longmire with a beautiful kick looking for Bradkey in the pocket. Brady Sharp all over him. Bradkey wants a free kick. He's lying on the ground holding his head here, Caelan Bradkey. In the end, boundary throw in. Arc of the 50 favouring the Ovens River end where Corowa are kicking. They trail by 20 points, 33-13 for CMV Truck and Bus.
Tossed in right on the junction of the 50 and the boundary. Cossa wins that tap. Calvin can't be clean. Goes at ground level. Did jump on it, as you can hear Darren Creswell on an effects mic as well. But the umpire says, no, Darren. We'll ball this one up. Right on the 50 arc here for the Roos. They need to do something here. Need to get a bit of momentum. Nice work by Cossa. Finds Tenardi. Handball now to East. East on the move, just going to go long. Looking for the one-on-one in Smith and Clancy. Bounces off Clancy's chest. Smith goes to ground. Who's going to get it? Comes out there through Clancy. Well done. Handball now through Ayres to Melcham. Linking up well. Rouston in a bit of trouble. Oh, well done there. Here go the Saints. They've done well to keep it in their 50. What defensive pressure that is by Diesel Beatty and Brodie Riccardi. And they're going to get a boundary throw-in on the junction of their 50 and boundary line at the town end.
Big ask by Cressida to throw Deacon Clancy back at fullbacks. They've obviously got a lack of tools. He's played full forward in the twos, kicked a lot of goals, and he's been thrown in the deep end here, I think.
He's holding his own
as
well.
He's holding up well.
Yep, couple of big one-on-ones he's had, and he's done really well. There's a free kick here. It's going to go the way of the Saints. I have no idea why.
Calogero holding the man, I think it was.
Okay, so Calogero here. We'll go back. Usually a really good user off half-back, but this time he's in front of the big sticks, Winky. He'll line up from 40 out, 45-degree angle.
Yeah, I'll back him in from here too. Had a really good game. This is up to disposal 8, and I reckon he's going to put this one straight through the big sticks.
He's had...
That confident he said it twice.
Averaging 22 disposals. He had 18 and a goal last week against Yarra. And he said, Winky, I'm not looking after you here. I'm going to kick it out of bounds. Not on the full. It was touched before it went out on the full.
David.
It'll be thrown back in on the point post to the town end. That's where Myrtleford are kicking here at the McNamara Reserve. Take it away, Monty, for the Northo Hotel.
Ball's tossed in. That's a nice throw-in too by the boundary umpire. Sharp. Riley out of the air. Kicks a goal, does he? No. Geez, that crowd behind. He got you before. They go up for a point, and it's really, really confusing when you call on the footy. Because that would have been a steal line goal today. I was about to go off by Riley Sharp out of the ruck. But anyway, it's 5-4-34. The Saints, 2-1-13. The Roos, 21 points on that CMB a truck and bus scoreboard. And we've gone 15 minutes thanks to Maccas.
McCarthy ran towards the commentary side and said, no, I don't like anything out here. I'm going out the far side. It was a really good kick and option too. Longmire's kick, though, not great. McPherson could have marked that. Instead, he opted for a fist over the boundary line. Far side, right on centre wing, as we go to David Wink on that 40-wing stat sheet.
Jordan Foot's gone quiet in this quarter, boys. He's got the one disposal. Corin are going to get back in this one. They want him to find a bit more of the pill.
He's got to toss it back in. Yep, that whistle.
He certainly does. The young fella doing some of his best work out there. The young kids, which is what we love to see. So another throw in. Looks like Josh Clayton's doing some part-time ruck work. Smith with an easy tap down to Capillari. Onto Maraca. Kick towards Riley Sharp, but Irvin, his opponent, doing really well on Big Riley. He punches it over the boundary line. 55 around for Myrtleford's goal. They lead by 21 points. 5-4-34 to Corowa-Rutherglen. 2-1-13. 21-point lead on the CMB truck and bus scoreboard. This second quarter, Monty, we've had 2 goals to the Saints, 1 to the Roos.
We have, and it's been a tight tussle here in the second quarter. Ball tossed in. Smith, what a tap that is to Capillari, but tackled straight away. We'll get a repeat stoppage. Kyle Williamson applying the tackle. Toss straight up on the umpire. I like how quick they're getting the ball up here. Smith smothered off his boot. Now gets a handball. Now the Roos have it at half back. Just a high up and under. It's not a great one in the middle of the ground. It's going to be turned over. Curtis takes the chest mark in the very centre of the ground. Curtis, he goes wide to the far side, the netball court side, looking for Smith. Smith had a bit of room. Takes a nice mark. He's going to go short, and it's a nice kick. Finds Calangero. What can he do? Bowen. Just looking, surveying his options. He's seen something he likes out this fat side. It's gone to the top of the goal square. Over the top is Augusta. Umpire says no, play on. Comes to ground. Picks it up nicely was Bren. Drove the head in so doesn't get a high free kick. And umpire says, I'll ball this one up. We're about 15 away, straight in front of the goals.
34-13. Myrtleford peppering the inside 50s here. We'll get a count from Winky. Sharp had to be holding the ball and is holding the ball. And will be a free kick to Corowa-Rutherglen in their own D50. That inside 50 numbers, Winky.
Myrtleford's up to 18 inside 50s for the game so far.
Osborne goes by hand here to McCarthy, who uses the ball so well. Gets a 1-2 with Cody Shutt. Stopped in his track. Wants to kick down the line. Myrtleford do well to intercept here and force a boundary throw. And they looked out there, Corowa-Rutherglen. It'll be thrown back in. Just forward to centre here for Myrtleford, who lead by 21 points. Might go around the ground soon, Winky, for Evolution Roofing if we can. Some A-grade netball scores as well. North Albury have beaten the Raiders, all thanks to Ray White Rural. Also, the Yarrawonga Pigeons have beaten Wodonga.
Cordis goes inside 50. Sorry to cut you off there. Panned up by Capillari to the top of the goal square. Augusta crumbs it well, then dispossessed. Now he's back on it. He's got no one coming near him. Augusta around the corner. Steel line goal today. Kai Augusta. How good was that right there from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints? Their forward line looks like a different string to its bow with these guys, and that's his second in this quarter. And it takes the Saints to 6-4-40. The Roos 2-1-13. CMB truck and bus scoreboard gone 18 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Around the grounds for Evolution Roofing. The Wodonga Bulldogs hold a good lead. 6 goals, 1-37. Lead by Yarrawonga, 2 goals, 2-14. North Albury, 3 goals, 7-25. Lead Wodonga Raiders, 3 goals, 4-22. And then Albury Tigers, 5 goals, 4-34. Lead Lavington Panthers, 3 goals, 7-25.
So a few games tightening up in the ovens of Murray. Corowa-Rutherglen defeated Myrtleford in the A-grade netball score before I was cut off beautifully by Monty, who called that goal beautifully.
You had your eyes down, mate. I was just looking out for you.
Absolutely, by big Kai Augusta, who made hard work of it, fumbled that ball about 5 times, but finished beautifully on the right with a nice snap as the Corowa-Rutherglen Roos try and link up by hand, but Myrtleford intercept beautifully through Harrington. Kick to half forward. Diesel Beatty at ground level, dispossessed. Going in here is Cody Shutt, playing a really good co-captain's game. Goes by hand to Longmire. Took a long time to get rid of it. Then hand passed it to Jamie Wells. Made it somebody else's problem. His kick was poor. Butson did well. Geordie Ayres, his kick went about 2 metres. Clayton kicked it off the ground. This is ugly footy here from Corowa-Rutherglen, and Myrtleford win it back. Ashton McPherson does well. Goes by hand to Calogero. Back to McPherson. Runs to about 70. Beautiful kick into the pocket. Finds Decky Bren directly in front. 30 metres out.
Just Geordie Ayres again coming out of that defensive 50. His kick was not great. Could have given the handball to Clayton in front of him and then they would have been away, but just a lot of scrappy footy. But how good were the eyes there to be lowered by Calogero just to find the man inside 50. And Decky Bren, he's looked dangerous a lot this year, I reckon. I reckon he could get off the chain in a game or two and end up with a bag.
So he's back to the club from a stint in Bright where he kicked 50 goals from 14 games last year in the O&K. Declan Brent yet to kick a goal for the Saints in 2025. Scratch that. He has now. And the Saints are opening up a really big lead here at the McNamara Reserve in this second term for Jaco Orbrononga. 7-4-46 to Corowa-Rutherglen. 2-1-13. Winky for 40 winks.
Yeah, these Myrtleford Alpine Saints midfielders are just running amok. Byron Calogero, he's up to 13 disposals for the game. Tom Capillari's up to 11. Jackson East, he's up to the 15 disposals for the game, and it's not even half time yet. They're running an absolute mark, and they've managed 9 marks inside 50, Myrtleford, which I mentioned early in the first quarter. They're only averaging 13 for the season, which ranks them second in the league. So they've already got 9 in this game already, and it's not even half time.
Yeah, Darren's going to have to put some things in place, I feel, here, just to stop the flow a little bit with only a few minutes before half time. That's Cossa, beautiful tap there. But well done, Longmire for the Roos, gets it on the boot. Goes towards a 50, goes towards Hope. Umpire gets in the way. As you can hear, Darren tells him to get out of the way. Ball now won by the Saints through Curtis. Well done there, Jake Sharp. Ferguson, just a kick, and it comes off. Goes the way of Capillari. Long down the line with that left boot. Clancy. Well done. Deacon Clancy comes over the top with the fist, and it's out of bounds right in front of the Myrtleford bench there. And they'll be happy down there on the Myrtleford bench. 33-point lead, 21 minutes gone, thanks to Maccas in this second quarter.
4-1, thanks to Jaco Orbrononga. So it's been a quarter owned by the red, white and black here. Calogero getting really busy. Wobbly kick inside forward 50, hugging the boundary line. It was a bit of a floater. And we have a ball up on the junction of the 50 and the boundary line. Myrtleford doing all the attacking here in this second quarter on Edge FM's O&M Live. And a big shout out to Travi Cartwright on O&M Snapprint Solutions TV. The best in the business, no questions asked. Bringing you the pictures to your TV screens at home. Sharp does well onto Tenardi. His hand pass wasn't great looking for East. They weren't on the same page. Hanson does well at ground level, was clean. Elijah Amory, here's a bit of link-up play from Corowa-Rutherglen. It's in the hands of Rouston. Wrong hand, in fact, it's Jordan Foote. Goes inside forward 50. It's open. Bradkey out the back. Gets there. Will it sit for him? It will. Transition footy. A wonderful finish from Bradkey. That's the best and cleanest movement we've seen all day for the Roos. Bradkey gets on the board. The margin back to 27 points for C&V Truck and Bus.
It's the Cora around the ground again, beaten in the midfield, because they're using some really different ruck options. Brady Morton's done a bit. Caelan Bradkey's done a bit. They want to use Riley Irvin back because they need to strengthen that back six up, but it's hurting them elsewhere.
Yeah, they haven't got many options, have they? Once Richards went out, it's like, what do we do? We see Morton, as you spoke about, Josh Clayton, who's in the ruck right now. So there's a lot of different options Crez is going to have to throw at him. So it's going to be interesting because we know how dominant Smith and Cossa have been so far. As Cossa's in there against Clayton. Cossa, give him that tap. Oh, Calogero, thank you very much. How easy is this, he says. The kick sideways now, finds its way to Capillari. What can Capillari do? He's asking for someone to come at him. He does now, and now just kicks it out in the space. It was Augusta, and Augusta just goes bang. I am too strong for you, Jamie. As he plays on from 50. He likes something he sees. The two big guys. Big Smith just goes bang. Yeah, it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to go away with the Roos against Riley Smith, and it's going to go to Deacon Clancy. And I've loved that move from Crezza to throw the young kid back because I reckon he's looked all right at forward in the last 2 weeks, but throw him back, see what he can do, and it's holding up so far.
He's really standing up back there after being thrown in the deep end with a bit of an emergency button hit, Scott.
So Corowa-Rutherglen with the last goal in this game through Caelan Bradkey. It's a really interesting kick from Deacon out of defence. And in the end, McCarthy marks at half-back. Kick off a step down the line, sets a task for his teammate. Here's Darcy Hope out the back. They could do deja vu out the back. Elijah Amory runs in towards 50. Bradkey out the back. Can he get two out, Joe the Gooses? falls over, not able to impact the contest. Sharp did really well for Myrtleford. Clearing kick down the far wing, finds his brother. First time Brady, Jake and Riley are in the same senior side since 2022.
Ball out in front of Calvin. Calvin's kick, it's a low grubber. Munro goes to work at ground level. What can he do? He picks it up cleanly. Handball's back now, back to Calvin. Goes looking inboard, but Ralston, geez, he's read the ball well today. 3 or 4 times now for the Roos. Now it's just a bit of settle down, boys. 24 gone on the Macca's time clock. Let's not rush this, and he doesn't. He goes wide, finds a teammate in Ayres. Young Geordie on the half-back flank, netball side of the ground. He goes short. I like this bit of game management from the Roos. He's found a target, and it's Morton.
Joe Hansen all on his own inside 50 if they can get it quickly here. Corowa-Rutherglen, they can't.
Morton, terrible kick, cut off straight away by Smith. Smith goes back inside 50. He's got Augusta charging towards goals. He's taken a mark in the pocket, tight angle. And it might be a bit of a tight one here, David.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough shot from here, Scott, but he's kicked 2 this quarter, so we'll back him in.
There's David, thanks to Cora Tiles and Cora Better Electrical. What can he do? Big Kai Augusta with the check side. Does he like it? No, that crowd behind the goals again tried to get us. Didn't get me that time, guys. It's a minor score. It's 7-5-47. The Saints 3-1-19 at the Roos on CMB Truck and Bus scoreboard. And we've gone nearly 26 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
So the quarter about 3 minutes longer than the last as we go to David Wink for the 40-wink stat sheet.
Again, the Myrtleford midfielders, Bowen Calagero, he's up to 7 in this quarter and 14 for the game. Tom Capillari, again, 7 this quarter. He's up to 13 for the game. And Jackson East has been lighting up. He's up to 20 disposals already in this first half. So the Myrtleford Alpine Saints midfielders have really got on top.
Wodonga lead Yarrawonga by 5 goals.
So it was a scorecard question.
Was a really poor kick in there from Corowa-Rutherglen, almost a turnover. Calvin intercepts, snaps on goal and makes him pay. Riley Calvin with a steal line goal today, snapping from the pocket. Another poor disposal in the defensive goal square from a kick in. Darren Creswell will not be happy. Margin back out to 34. 53 plays 19. That is a coach killer, David Wink.
Well, Benny Black is standing very close to Darren Creswell. I'm not sure why, but if I was Benny, I would be moving back as far as possible because Darren is not happy at all, and I don't blame him. Some of these kicks and turnovers are just simple skill errors that the Cora players are better than.
This is the worst I've seen a side use the ball since Wodonga on Good Friday, where they just couldn't get any efficiency going whatsoever. They're their own worst enemy at the moment, Corowa-Rutherglen.
They are, and they're opening up space inside 50, but they just are turning the ball over in poor positions. As the ball goes up again, Cossa, another tap. Murphy does well with the spin. Shut, tackled without it. Umpire says play on. Murphy goes and kicks it off the ground. Out in the far space on the far wing. Curtis is first there. Morton does well to put him on the pump. Jake Sharp, beautiful. Good to see him back in the senior team. Finds Cossa. Cossa is going to try and get it in the middle of the ground towards Beatty. It's going to get foot, does well, gets a hand in it. Riccardi's up the ground, goes to ground and gets up straight away. His kick's turned over. Jed Longmire has it now, goes back. It's a smart kick. Would have turned it over, snapped it over his body, but he finds his co-captain in shut. And his kick's getting touched now. Capillari now finds his way back to Longmire. Longmire to Murphy, and here go the Roos forward.
Longmire going to get run down with a big chase down tackle from Matty Munro. Snuck up on him and said, boy, oh boy, bang. Great tackle. The Mawson's concrete player of the day from Matty Munro. Great defensive effort from Muncher.
Is it just me, or does Muncher look 5 years younger this year the way he's covering the ground?
Yep.
He looks like he's back to his best when he's playing at Albury all those years ago.
Yeah, doing some of his best work at Anytime Fitness every single day is Matty Munro. He's got the bright yellow boots as well. He's got the buzz haircut. Life's good for Muncher. Pethbridge goes back to Del Bosco. They chip it out in front of the scoreboard here. Here's Curtis. Goes short to Maraca. This is good footy here from Myrtleford. Late in the second quarter for Jaco. They've got a 34-point lead. We've played 28 minutes for Macca's. Cossa goes by hand to Jackson East, who gets a high one on Ray Murphy. And it'll be a free kick on the far wing here to Myrtleford, or just taking time off the clock, Monty, for the Northo.
They are. As East now goes down the line. It's a beautiful kick again. Jeez, he used the footy so well. Plays on straight away. Does Maraca. Goes inside 50. Finds that man, Muncher Munro. And he's going to have a shot after the siren on half-time. And this will be a handy little lead. This will give them a 40-point lead at half-time if Munro can put this one through. What do you think, David? He's a fair way out, tight angle, but he is a classy player.
Well, I've been wrong on my last two predictions and the only two I've made for the day, Scott, so I will just say Matty Munro's a star and he'll put this one straight onto his shoe and through the goals.
Oh, Gigi, well, I didn't think you were going to give us a tip there. As Munro runs, he set Salva home. He didn't like it off the boot. Minor score. And I'll tell you what, David, you're starting to become the new Robbie, which isn't something you want to be, but it's a minor score. So that takes the Saints to 8-6-54. The Roos 3-1-19. And they're absolutely flying at the moment, the Saints.
They certainly are. And it's half-time here at the McNamara Reserve as the Oz kickers run on the ground, which is great to see. We'll take a break. Our half-time show for Maccas on the other side of this. It's the Saints hosting the Roos, the Saints in control. Remember, on Edge FM's O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
But I think it shows how good Cossa has been at just giving first use. He hasn't given any away. I think every tap he's won, it's gone to one of his midfielders that hasn't been able to be shark. So maybe they need to get on the fly a little bit more and work to their hit two zones a bit better. Do the Corowa boys.
Yeah, that's right, Scott. And they're really, taking advantage of it. Nathan Richards was the lay down. It was obviously we set it up here in the box. That's a big advantage to Myrtleford, and we're seeing that that was correct, and Myrtleford have taken use of it so far in the first half.
Yeah, absolutely. And we are hearing that it was a bit of gastro from Nathan Richards. So, yeah, not a great one to have on a Saturday. And especially if you've got to run around and get a knee into the guts all the time. It's going to be one that hurts. Anyway, that's been the halftime show. We'll be back after this break with all the second half action, because on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Pregame live in the heart of the Alpine Valley. Sun's out, guns out. It's a ripping day for footy, and the Myrtleford Alpine Saints hold a 34-point lead over Corowa-Rutherglen. Blake Panderescott with you, Scotty Montgomery alongside me, and also David Dawson-Wink. We'll go around the grounds before the third term commences here in the Ovens and Murray. There are some ripping games happening right across the competition. Wodonga lead Yarrawonga by 29 points. I believe Willie Wheeler is a laid out of this game. And a few injuries for Yarrawonga, so they are trailing by 5 points. Only lost to 3 clubs in 3
That's crazy,
years.
isn't it?
Crazy. So
Crazy.
they could be on track for their first loss outside of Albury, and both Wangaratta teams for a while. North Albury with a 17-point lead over the Raiders. 17 scoring shots to 10 in that game. Albury 6-5-41 to Lavington 4-9-33, so 13 scoring shots to 11 in that game. And an accurate Lavington coming back to haunt them. And here at the McNamara Reserve, it is Myrtleford 8-5-53 to Corowa-Rutherglen 3-1-19. And if we're being really honest, haven't looked like it at all today in the senior football game. Have Corowa-Rutherglen, they butchered the ball. They haven't used it very well at all, and that would have been the main message, I think, from Darren Creswell at half-time, Monty. We got to get a bit of clean footy in our hands, and we have to make better decisions when we have the ball.
Yep, absolutely. That would have been his message at half-time. Let's just try and link up a little bit better. I think we're turning the ball over every time because we're just rushing it a little bit too much. It's probably making decisions before they need to. And then the pressure that Myrtleford are putting on them too. There's probably not enough blocks going on, a lot of individualism, I think, out there. They probably just need to work together a little bit more, and they'll be able to link up a lot easier and a lot cleaner. So I think that'll be the messaging. Let's work as a team. Let's link up. Let's make sure we use and hit a target. But let's not waste it when we do get an opportunity.
So a few of the Corowa movers and shakers down there on the bench. Brady Morton and also Darren Creswell just throwing a few magnets around.
Brady, the assistant coach, of course, this year.
Yep. He was assistant coach last year under Steve Owen. Joel Price ripping into what looks like some sort of chocolate bar.
It looks like a boost too. Looks delicious.
Mars bar, best chocky on the market.
You reckon? I'm a Twix man.
Yep.
Give me a Twix. What about you, David?
Twix is very left field. I'm just your straight dairy milk.
I knew you were going to be that boring. I knew it.
You're a straighty.
Could even go like a hazelnut or a fruit nut or something. No, just a dairy milk.
Meat and 3 veg sort of operator, Scott. Don't vary from the simple stuff.
Winky leaves his best work to after dark.
That's right.
34-point lead to Myrtleford. Third quarter underway for Albury Wodonga MG. Coming in off the square here was Hanson. Good hand pass to Murphy. If the ball will just sit for him. This is Ray. Comes back in on his right foot, biting off a little bit more than he can chew. Turnover. Got to give the first option. East goes by hand. Just goes past Capillari. Retreats to Cossa. Back to East. All the big guns leaking up for Myrtleford. Good left foot kick out wide to Munro. Likewise a left foot kick. Inside 50. Shallow entry. Geordie Ayres doing a pretty good job on Brody Riccardi. Punches it over the boundary line for a throw in. Just biting off way more than he can chew there, Ray Murphy. Could have had a forward entry. Instead, it's a throw-in 50 metres out from Myrtleford's goal.
Just panned my eyes. There was no half-forward leading up to him. That's why he tried to go back inboard, which, whose fault's that? I don't think it's Ray's fault. So, ball tossed in. Well done by Cossa. Another win. Inside 50 here from the Saints. Who's going to be there? Riccardi. Getting held onto. Umpire says, well done, Riccardi. Nice little tap to Munro. Steel line goal today. The Saints are on the board within a minute in this third quarter. That's Munro's second. And I'll tell you what, he's looking so lively this year. 9-5-59 the Saints. 3-1-19. 40-point lead on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. And we've gone that single minute thanks to Maccas on the time clock.
Jackson East has already had the 3 early disposals in this quarter. He's had 19 for the game. He's absolutely dominated. And for some reason, no Corowa midfielder seems to want to go near him.
A wonderful snapping finish around the corner from Matty Munro. Vacant goal square, summed it up beautifully. Little dribbling finish. And he is a very, very smart footballer who will make you pay when he wins the ball back in
good
dangerous.
was a tap from Riccardi, but
brilliant, dangerous positions. Back in the middle, Corowa-Rutherglen 40 points behind with it all ahead of him here in this last remaining couple of quarters on O&M Live at the McNamara Reserve. A battle between the two clubs. The only 2 clubs where you can park inside the ground. Tenardi, beautiful kick into Riley Smith. You are not able to defend that kick. Sat it out in front of the big leading boy, and he will mark 45 metres out, 45-degree angle. What about the kick from Tenardi, a Mawson's Concrete player of the day?
I love that the big fella took the mark and straight away put the hand up and said, boys, I'm going back and I'm taking my chance here because I reckon this is my day. Because he's looked so lively forward, and I reckon this is the look we're going to get a lot of from the Saints this year.
This is where he kicked the first goal of the game. The exact same position. Can he make it 2 from the same spot? It starts out to the left. It's coming back to the right. Oh, what a mark in the goal square by Declan Bren. Didn't even go back on his mark. He kicked it straight away. That is a wonderful Mawson's Concrete mark of the day from Declan Bren. And Myrtleford have got 2 in the first 2 minutes. 65-19 for Peter Bowen-Holmes.
This one getting very ugly, I think, here. Corowa-Rutherglen just getting absolutely beaten at the centre clearances, the clearances around the ground, and then can't defend these entries in from Myrtleford inside 50 are brilliant.
Second goal for Decky Bren right there on the goal line. What a grab. No one really wanted to come forward at the footy. I think they thought it was going to sail a bit further. And Bren just read it beautifully, takes the mark and kicks it straight away from the goal line. And that's 2 in 2 minutes for the Saints to start this third quarter. And Darren Creswell will not be happy with that one. This third quarter, of course, brought to you by Albury-Wodonga MG. I'm Scott Montgomery with Blake Panner-Escott, thanks to the Northo. And we're joined by David Wink for Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical. There's the ball back in the middle. Umpire Clark tosses it up. Irvin does well for the Roos. Goes and gets it too. Handballs it now to Shutt. Shutt just gets it on the boot. Smothered. Ball goes inside 50. Here's Capillari for the Saints. Just goes with a high up and under and hoping to find a teammate. Munro sits under it with Rouston. No one really gets it. Coming through is Tenardi. Great handball forward to East. Jeez, he's been good today. Jackson, short worm burner, finds Bren. Ball back to Capillari. Now inside 50, looking for a teammate. Should have been a kick. Umpire says play on. It was Augusta goes to ground. Ball's going to get tied up in the forward pocket for the Saints in front of that beautiful scoreboard, which says it's a 46-point lead currently to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, thanks to Peter Bowen-Holmes.
They've kicked 7 of the last 9 goals, have the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. It's a 2-goal lead at quarter time, a 34-point lead at half time, and now it's out to 46. Here's Pickle Rick Pat Lavis, who's been good from limited opportunities today for Corowa-Rutherglen. He's at half-back, a long way from where they'd like him delivering the ball. That kick is so ordinary you can't describe it. He has turned it over to Riley Calveen, whose kick inside forward 50 was just as poor. Like that 30 seconds back, Calagera onto Munro. They're flicking around by hand. Back to Munro. Setting sail from 45 for 3. Across the face, minor score from Matty Munro. That was all too easy. No pressure around the ball carrier. Minor score 10-6-66 Myrtleford. Corowa-Rutherglen 3-1-19. Peter Bowen-Holmes scoreboard. We've played 5 minutes for Maccas in this third quarter.
As that fullback, Rouston, goes short. It's not a great kick. Just over the head of Sharp for the Saints. Butson's happy with that. Just takes it to the boundary line. We're going to get a throw in. 75 away from the Myrtleford goals. This boundary umpire's catching up, and I'll tell you what, this start from Myrtleford's been a hot one after half time. You can tell Funky had him primed for that. As the ball gets tossed in now. Cossa versus Irvin. Irvin gets the tap. Tenardi's there for the Saints. Handball's wide to Pethbridge. Quick hands, great hands to Beatty. Diesel inside 50 looking for Smith. Oh, over the top. Rouston reads it well again. And here goes Wells on debut for the Roos. And they're out.
Good kick, finds McCarthy. Edge of the square, defensive side. Kick, not a bad one in the end. It was well weighted almost for the Roos. Here is a chance for Jordan Foote. Open goal square, really poor kick. Was in a lot of space. You'd expect better from a player of that calibre in Jordan Foote. Minor score to the Roos. They move to 3-2-20 to Myrtleford 10-6-66. 46 the margin. We've played 6 for Maccas. Third term for Albury-Wodonga MG. David Wink.
They're just not getting that clear entry inside 50. When they do, they're rushing. Just turning it over by foot is absolutely killing the Roos here.
The Saints have worked it well to centre wing, but they're going to go backwards here through Calveen, who finds Curtis, who's in defensive 50. Does that count as an inside 50 when the opposition kicking in there?
Not for me.
No, not for you. Yeah, Dan would probably pay it.
He would.
He just makes things up anyway. There's now East has another one. Goes sideways, finds Sharp. It's Brady. Now he goes wide and finds Pethbridge. It is really measured here, the Saints. I like this. Helter-skelter the first couple of minutes. They've got the goals on the board, and now they'll just control it. As Pethbridge goes long down the line on the broadcast side. Oh, well done, Irvin. Takes the little one-hander. And he doesn't mind a little head wobble, I reckon, there from Riley.
Not a great kick, though. Looking for Pickle Rick Lavis. Pethbridge got in his back, and it's a free kick. Bradkey plays on with the advantage. Open 50. Out the back, will it sit for McCarthy? It won't. Trying to juggle that mark there. I think it was
Parker.
Parker it was. Brady Morton, vacant goal square. He misses. In fact, it trickles out of bounds for a throw in, so it was an Interesting kick inside 50. There were 2 down there, Monty, but they couldn't win it back.
Yeah, 2 efforts in a row. Fletcher Parker's been stuck in quicksand. I reckon that half in the 2s beforehand maybe starting to catch up with him because he had that hour break and then has to go again. So I reckon the young fella will be paying for that.
Yeah, he's sucking in the big ones as this ball will get thrown back in. Adjacent to the point post. Cossa, beautiful tap down looking for East. Did he get one high? Umpire says no. Clayton tackles him. Ball up, secondary stoppage inside 50 for Corowa. They trail by 46 points. The first 2 goals of this third term for Orbridonga MG to the way of the Saints.
Ball tossed up. Cossa with another tap. Finds its way to Clayton for the Roos. Snaps it around the body. Oh, well read again. Pethbridge, how good his hand is. Goes straight away. Handball's now to Jake Sharp. He's going to find an option in Bren, who's breaking hard to centre wing. Bren rolls around straight away on that left boot. It's not a great kick. Well done, Amory. Gets a handball back now to Irvin. The Roos have some numbers. Hanson, it's chopped off straight away. Augusta, what can he do? He's going to go inside 50 to Sharp. Well done there by Wells. Comes and gets a spoil. Sharp goes back, gets a boot on it. It's a foot race. Augusta versus Hanson. Hanson goes to ground. Munro from the goal square off the ground. Steal line goal today for Matty Munro, and that's his 3rd. And I tell you what, going to ground kills you as a defender. And Munro made him pay there. It's 11-6-72 the Saints. 3-2-20 the Roos on the Peterborough Homes scoreboard. And we've gone 9 minutes thanks to Maccas.
He's one that we mentioned earlier. Probably doesn't get spoken about just as much as these other guys in the Myrtleford Saints lineup. But Matty Munro is a genuine star, and he's showing us why today. He's played probably 150 Ovens and Murray games, and I don't reckon there's been too many bad ones for Munch Munro. He's got 3 goals today and has been an absolute handful for the Corowa defenders.
I tell you what, I reckon he'd be a gun striker for the Myrtleford Savoys as well after that finish. Of course, they play tomorrow. Here they come again. Jackson East trying to break a tackle. Got a little banana kick off the side of the boot. It's intercepted by Clayton. Kick around the corner, exiting defensive 50 on the far side. All Saints there, though. Tenardi, likewise, tried to play soccer like Munro before. And there's a lot of players that go to ground, and we're going to have a ball up. 2 kicks from home. Myrtleford Alpine Saints camped on their half-forward line. Far side. Not a cloud in the sky here in Myrtleford. Soon you'll see the snow on the mountains behind us, Monty.
I better not be rostered when that's happening, Blake.
No, absolutely. Cossa, beautiful tap down to the space. East, left foot kick, leaving it. Well, it must have been touched. Sharp called to play on. Here's Declan Brand. Calmly goes back about 30 metres inside the centre square. Sharp off a step. Kicks it towards Augusta. Too big, too strong for Jamie Wells. He's a big boy. He's the fella from Box Hill. And Kai Augusta can go back for goal number 3.
How dangerous is he? Look, he's a big size, isn't he? We've heard that he's a bit of a midfielder type that can roll forward, but I love looking at him, that 30-metre out forward. They've looked so dangerous with that look, and also Riley Smith and Riley Sharp down there. It just gives them a different dynamic.
It was a really smart kick from Jake Sharp. Just put it out in front of Kai Augusta, who has kicked it to the far side this time, through for a minor. 11-7-73. Things are getting ugly here at the McNamara. 3-2-20 Corowa-Rutherglen. Big lead to the Saints. Monty on the Peterborough home scoreboard.
Just in that play too, Declan Bren to go backwards to Sharp before that kick inside 50. How smart was that? Just was able to give him a bit of time and space. So we go to David Wink on the 40 Winks stat sheet.
Hey, Jackson East, 7 disposals in this third quarter already. How long have we been going, boys?
11 minutes.
So he's had 7 disposals in 11 minutes. He's absolutely dominating.
It's a beautiful kick from Riley Irvin coming out of the fence. Finds Clayton. He's going to go short to Hope. It's not a great one. Cut off by Ferguson. What can Ferguson do? He goes inside 50 looking for Sharp. It's a beautiful kick. Riley, a little bit too far out to score. Weighing up his options. Just inside the 50. He's going to go short, and it's a smart kick. Finds Capillari. No, he's a beautiful user. What's he going to do? Tommy goes back. Finds McPherson. Ashton now. What's he going to do? He's going to go long and inside 50 again. Goes back to Riley Sharp, who provides a lead. Well done, Irvin.
Been their best.
Punch. Ferguson overruns it. Kelvin takes it just straight to the boundary. And we'll have a throw in, 80 away from Myrtleford's goal. And I reckon you're right there. Riley Irvin has been their best. He's tried hard in the ruck. He's had to go to full back. He's been everywhere.
Poor kick before from Josh Clayton. Expect better from a man who's been at the higher system. Smith with a beautiful tap down to Capillari. Breaks away from the Longmire tackle. Wobbling kick inside 50. Resting forward again, Augusta. He's dangerous. Calagero impacts Clayton. Drop the footy. Keeping his width here as Melksham off the stoppage. Retreats back to Rouston. Left foot kick down the wing. Oh, Darcy Hope got really high. It's going to be a free kick.
Hey?
to Darcy. Wow,
Block.
must have been for a tunnel or a block.
They called for a block.
Okay, we thought it was going to be a free kick to Ferguson. Corowa-Rutherglen, Osborne in the middle of the ground. It's a wobbler. Sets a task for Butson, who spins out of traffic right in the middle of the ground. Goes out wide. Not a great kick. It hits the grass. Looking for Brady Morton. Simon Curtis gets back. Wins it back calmly for the Saints. Left foot grubbling kick finds Riccardi, and he gives it back to Curtis down the far wing.
And this is what we've seen so much in the Ovens and Murray. Running bounce from Curtis. Handball puts a team under pressure. Wrapped up straight away was Harrington. Probably could have gone long down the line there, but there was a 3-on-2. So he thought better of it. And a ball up there is not too bad of an option the way the clearance has been running for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. This ball gets tossed up. Cossa been big today. Smith actually gone in the ruck. East breaking away from stoppage. Lowers the eyes looking for Riley Sharp. Well done, Irvin. Brings it to ground. Ball gets smothered off the hands as we're going to go around the grounds with David Wink, thanks to Evolution Roofing.
So Wodonga Bulldogs still lead that one at Barton Park. 10 goals, 3, 63. Lead Yarrawonga 5 goals, 4, 34.
All over.
North Albury 8 goals, 11, 59. Lead Raiders 5 goals, 5, 35. And at the Albury Sports Ground, Albury lead 8 goals, 5, 53. Lead Lamington 5, 9, 39.
Riley Smith, his attempted kick out of the stoppage was smothered. Corowa-Rutherglen win it back high up and under out of defence. Marking that one was Mitchie Del Bosco. Sat a long time under that footy. It was high up and under. Took a courageous mark far side. 65 from his own goal. He's been called to play on. He's going to retreat. They've done this a lot today, Monty. They could have blazed away, but they're just trying to find the right option, aren't they?
And I love it because I reckon the way that Cora are trying to set up, it's getting a lot of numbers behind the footy now. So it's really smart. Control the footy, try and open them up, and then find the key forward when you can.
Ferguson goes short in the middle of the ground. It's in the hands of McPherson. He's going to go back out to the far side. Goes short to Zach Pethbridge, and he goes short as well to Caligiero, but it's a poor kick, turned it over, and here come the Roos through Osborne.
Osborne with the handball to Lavis. Lavis links up with Butson, inside 50 now.
Oh.
It's a 2-on-3. Cora only had the 2, and Darcy hopes one of them. He gets to it first. Pethbridge is there now to tackle. Handball now to Morton. No, it's Longmire. Longmire's kick's not a bad one. It's over the top. He's found a teammate. Kai Williamson's worked hard from his wing. I thought it was a poor kick over the head of Bradkey, but he knew what he was doing, did Jed, and he found a teammate, and that's Corowa's first goal since the 22nd minute of the second quarter, and they desperately needed it. They're 4-2-26 trailing Myrtleford 11-7-73 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard, and we're going 15 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
Boys, 4 inside 50s to Corowa this quarter. Myrtleford Alpine Saints have had 12, so they've had all the ascendancy, but Jed Longmire there doing well to get that ball over the top to Kai Williamson and kicks a goal.
It's a really poor kick, actually, from Jaden Butson, who had Darcy Hope and Kalen Bradkey in a paddock of space out the back. Set a really big task for Darcy Hope. In the end, they were able to get a goal after all that. Bit of hard work for Corowa-Rutherglen. And we're back in the middle margin, back to 47 points. 73 plays, 26 for Peter Bowen Holmes. Inside 50, the Saints go again. McCarthy, his kick almost took the head off of his teammate, Geordie Ayres. Declan Brand with a smart kick top of the goal square. Getting back and defending them was McCarthy.
He had
to after that kick. He rushes it through for a minor score. The Saints move to 74, to Corowa-Rutherglen 26. So McCarthy takes a really quick kick in, but the Saints win it back at half forward.
And they do, through Capillari. He's been big today. Handballs now to Harrington. Harrington short, punching kick, and Riley Smith takes the mark. It's another one that's gone about 8.5, but now boy said, nope, far enough. That's why I don't reckon he paid the 50 against Joey Hansen there, but Sharp will go back and have a shot from about 45 out. Slightish angle.
It's one of those ones, boys. Corowa don't seem to have an answer. 13 inside 50s, 5 marks just this quarter alone.
5 marks this quarter alone.
Inside
50.
50.
Wow.
That's dangerous, isn't it?
15 for the game.
Well, they're turning it over in poor parts, and it leaves your defence exposed.
They're getting a lot of repeat entries at the moment. The Saints is Sharp now. Will set sail from 40. Hits the boot. It's high, up and under. Umpire hasn't moved too far, and he liked it. Straight through the middle for a steel line goal today to Riley Sharp, and the Saints are really marching in now, aren't they? It's 12-7-79, Cora 4-2-26 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. Gone 17, thanks to Macca's in this third quarter thanks to Albury-Wodonga MG.
The ability of the Myrtleford Alpine Saints midfielders to just win the ball and then deliver it inside forward 50 cleanly is the difference. Tom Capillari, he's up to 6 disposals in this third quarter. Jackson East up to 9 already. He's absolutely dominating. And Byron Calagero and Kai Augusta with 3 apiece as well.
66-34 at Martin Park. The Dogs lead the Yarrawonga Pigeons, and Albury 19-point leaders over Lavington at the Albury Sports Ground. Here's Ray Murphy. Retreats back to Rouston. Hurried kick to half forward. Darcy Hope, or is it a free? There's a free kick off the ball for a hold, and it's going to go the way to Darcy Hope.
No.
Or is it to...
It's going to be Parker, I think.
Yep.
The umpire's blowing his whistle 3 times here, and Darcy's like, no, it's mine.
Fletcher Parker in the end goes short. Finds Josh Clayton just outside the attacking 50. Kalen Bradke has 5 defenders on him. 5! And the kick is turned over to Jake Sharp. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints defence read that like a non-fiction novel.
That's because it's so predictable, Blake.
Yep.
So predictable.
Really poor. Del Bosco goes out wide here to Maraca. He's got it at half-back on the far wing. Looks inboard. Doesn't like an option. So he retreats back to Riley Calveen, a player who couldn't really break into a senior outfit last year, Monty, but he's gone back. He's playing a role, and I reckon he's found his spot in defence for the Saints.
I reckon he's one of those guys that you love to have in your team. I reckon he'd be annoying as all hell to play against, but I reckon that's why he's getting a game, because he does his job down back. As Maraca goes long down the line. Well done, Irvin. Good body work. No, I said you pushed him. And away they go through. Matty Munro takes one. Bounce inside 50 now. Looking for Sharp. Takes it unattended. Gives a handball. Unselfish Riley Sharp. Declan Bren with a steal line goal today. End-to-end stuff there from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And Bren kicks his third basically from the top of the goal square. And that was electrifying footy there from the Saints. They're 13-7-85. Roos 4-2-26. Really starting to open up here on the Peter Bowen Homes scoreboard. Nearly 20 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock.
Would this be the first time a Darren Creswell coached team in the Ovens and Murray is a chance of losing by 100 points here? Because this looks like it's going to get very ugly, boys. We're only, halfway through the third quarter and it's blown out.
His first year at Rovers, it might have been a couple that were close.
Yeah,
potentially.
But yeah, very good question.
Very good question.
I'm not going to ask him.
Neither am I. We'll send the co-worker down there. 59-point lead is Myrtleford Alpine Saints over Corowa-Rutherglen. And here's Tenardi. Sacked his Capillari out of the middle. Left foot kick into a pocket of space. Looking for Riley Sharp. First there is the Corowa defence through Joe Hansen, who taps it over the boundary line in front of the scoreboard, which reads 13-7-85 to Corowa-Rutherglen 4-2-26. It's been a 5-goal to 1 quarter, and we've only gone 20 minutes.
All dangerous, haven't they?
To Macca's. That's on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. A bigger load of Mimo and the crew at Albury-Wodonga MG. He'd be happy. His Wodonga Bulldogs defeating Yarrawonga at the minute as well. Get into Albury-Wodonga MG when you can. Jackson East. Left foot kick, looking for big Riley Smith in a wrestle with his opponent. Ball bounces to Ayres. All this in the goal square for Myrtleford. Sharp on hands and knees. In the end, the Corowa defence rush it over for a minor. Score, 26 plays 87 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. We played 21 minutes. It's a quick kick in from Corowa. It's in the hands of Rouston in the back pocket.
Just worried me that now they're under the pump, Corowa. It just looks like their game plan's gone out the window a little bit. As they see McCarthy and Irvin run into each other. Melcham does well. Nice pick up. Tackled straight away by McPherson. But it looks like they're just trying to go down the line a little bit too much now. Maybe just need to get a bit of control back in the game. Like we've seen Myrtleford do, they're happy to kick it backwards and go side to side across the ground to open up holes. But we're not seeing that from Corowa, which we've seen already this year. Ball now from Maraca. Inside 50, it's a turnover. McCarthy set himself up very well behind the footy there. He's going to go short to Hansen, the co-captain. He's got Osborne running. He's going to use him. Finn, premiership player from the Rovers last year. Nice kick. Finds Rouston. I liked his game today as well. Goes wide. Finds a teammate in Wells. It's not a great kick. Turned over and McCarty's got it at half forward. He's going to go straight away. He sees Riley Sharp inside 50. Well done, Hansen. Come from nowhere to get a spoil on it. He's gone to ground now. Umpire says it's a free kick too high. And Joey will get a free kick at the half-back flank on the far side.
Just leaving their defence really exposed, aren't they, Corowa-Rutherglen?
Just poor kicking options, Blake.
Yep, poor kicking. They're their own worst enemy at the minute. They're working in overdrive and working their backsides off in defence, but they can't get it out of there. When they try to, they're turning it over. Here's McCarthy in front of our broadcast position. Takes a bounce down the wing. Wants to come inboard. Harrington, who did make Dan's top 5 list, chased him down. That's why, because he's quick. Turnover almost at half-back. Big Riley Irvin, who got tripped. Umpire said play on. Interesting. Doing well there was Butson. Calmly, Melksham goes out wide to the far side. It's Geordie Ayres. He goes short. His kick asked a lot of Jamie Wells. In the end, Rouston marked it to the right of the centre circle. He can switch the footy if he wants. I think he's going to in the end. He comes towards Finn Osborne on the broadcast side. It's the Saints by 59 at the 22-minute mark for Maccas.
Goes to McCarthy. Starting to get his hands on in this third quarter. I like what he's doing on that left boot. Not a great kick. Just needed to lift it, but Hope's got a bit of space. Hope now spins around, goes inside 50. That's beautiful footy from Cora. That's what we've been waiting to see. Ends up in Caelan Bradke's hands, and he'll have a shot from 40 out slide angle.
Boys, I reckon that kick there, the switch kick, is the first one they've done in probably since the first quarter.
Yep, totally agree.
And look what happens. It opens the ground up. It opens the fat side of the ground up, and you get a mark inside 50 and a shot on goal.
Especially when you get in your good users' hands. Hope, McCarthy, you saw Rouston, who takes the kick-ins. That got in their hands in that chain, and all of a sudden they're having a shot on goal for the first time in a long time.
And that's Bradke's first mark inside 50 for the day, Mont.
I think you're right. As Bradke, we know he's a nice finisher, but that one just to the left. They need to take all their chances here just to get a bit of respectability back. 4-3-27 the Roos, 13-8. 86 on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard. We're on nearly 24 minutes on the Maccas time clock here in the third quarter.
Certainly is. David Wink that good today. He's for 40 winks, and also Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical. They've got deals for you everywhere. The guys at Corowa Better Electrical and Corowa Tiles. Make sure you pop into the Norvo post this game as well. That's where I'll be heading straight after this on the way home.
Couple cold ones, won't we, Blake?
Absolutely. Curtis calmly goes short to Diesel Beatty. In the bright orange boots, Diesel.
Great name.
Absolutely.
The best name in the Ovens and Murray.
Poor kick across goals. Brady Sharp marked in the end. Goes short to Tenardi. He's got options down the middle. Capillari ignores him, goes longer. Why not when you got big Riley Smith, who marks in front of Cody Shutt, who tried his arse off, wasn't able to impact the contest. Here they are out the back again. Will the ball sit for Kai Augusta? Could have gave it to Munro. He's still there. Goes towards goal in the end. Poor option. Bren tries to tap it out to Calagero. The Coro defence get back in numbers. Rouston wants his left foot. He's going to switch it again to the fat side. It's been marked by Finn Osborne.
Osborne at half-back now for the Roos. He's got a shortened foot and he goes to him. Geordie foot. Handballs over the top now to Murphy. Murphy now down the line. Looking for Hope. This is what I like. He's up the ground a little bit more, Darcy. He's a big, imposing figure when he gets moving. Hope, what can he do? He's just going to look long, I reckon. He's outnumbered again. Bradke goes to ground early. Ball towards Clancy now. Clancy standing under it. Gets it at ground level. Sells a bit of hand candy, but then gives it up. McPherson's back there for the Saints. He's happy to take it over the line and we'll have a throw in. Inside 50 for the Roos. Bit of momentum now going the way of the Roos. They just need to capitalise on it here, don't they, David?
They do, and if they can use the ball going inside 50, they're going to get shots on goal. But Caelan Bradke's getting double teamed back there and not getting the ball kicked to his advantage.
Costa took it out of the ruck. In the end, it comes towards Calagero, and Sharp.
Not again.
That happens quite often.
No Lamington today?
No Lamington, no Coconut. It's Munro. Goes by hand to Capillari, who's just getting busier and busier. Goes short with a nice good kick. Finds Jackson East. 4 to centre here for Myrtleford. They want to come back in board. We've seen this so often today. Haven't panicked at all. Here's Jake Sharp. Right in the middle of the McNamara. Kick, though, ordinary. Tenardi wasn't able to mark. The ball hit the ground. And we'll have a stoppage inside the centre square. David Wink, 40 winks.
Just on that, it was Jackson East got the ball down there and kicked it back in. He ran from the back stoppage and just outworked every Corowa-Rutherglen player and ended up getting on the end of it.
He's an elite user and runner. He's a Jackson East. As the ball now clears through Williamson. Nice short. Chisler to Amory. Amory to Melcham. Here they go. A bit of flow. Melcham breaks the 50. Sets sail for home. It's not a great kick. It's through for a minor score. They're starting to get some looks at goal now, the Roos, but they're just not capitalising. It's 4-4-28. 13-8, 86, the Saints on the Peter Bowen home scoreboard, and we're going nearly 27 minutes. Thanks to Maccas. A bit of a longer quarter, this one, unlike the second quarter. It was a very short one.
Because there's been 6 goals in this one. Around the ground scores for Evolution Roofie. Things tightening up at the sports ground. Albury by 8 points over Lavington, 61 to 53. So if that's a tight game, we might cross to that one for the last couple of minutes or so. Riley Sharp down the wing. Good transition footy once again from the Saints. Open 50, looking for big Riley Smith up against Cody Shutt. Shutt did so well. Then has to get a free kick for a hold. In the end, the siren beats Matty Munro, who tried to dribble it towards the goal. And that's a siren to end the third quarter, dominated by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. 5-1 after they led by 34 points at half-time. It is a 58-point margin here on O&M Live. Stay with us, fourth quarter on the other side of this. 86 plays 28, Myrtleford lead. It's a happy Alpine Valley, and on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
No one celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi. Woo. Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.
Welcome back to O&M Live. Three-quarter time here at the McNamara Reserve, and it's a big lead to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. A 59-point lead, 87-28 over Corowa-Rutherglen. Blake Penderescott with you, Scotty Montgomery alongside me, David Wink as well, all on the 40 Wink stat sheet. And for Corowa Tiles and Corowa Better Electrical, Winky, who are some of our quarters best for Albury Vital Air in that third quarter. The Narran Wangaratta Albury Vital Air helping you breathe easier day and night.
Well, Matty Munro is very dangerous up forward there for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Jackson East had 10 disposals in that quarter. Riley Smith and Toby Cossa really dominant in the middle of the ground and up forward as well. And then for Cora, I thought Liam McCarthy got involved a little bit there. But apart from that, he was probably a bit of a lone soldier. There wasn't too many Cora blokes who were putting their fork in the ground and putting up a fight here.
Who were some of the leading stat winners in that third quarter, Winky, for 40 Winks?
Just mentioned Jackson East had 10. He's up to 26 of the game. Capillari had 8. 3 to Kai Augusta and 3 to Byron Calagero. And Liam McCarthy, the man I just mentioned again, he had 6 disposals for Corowa.
All right, we'll go around the grounds in some other games in the SS&A Ovens and Murray for Evolution Roofing. Going to be an upset at Martin Park with Wodonga. 69 lead Yarrawonga 40. So it's a 5-goal margin at three-quarter time there. North Albury with a 50-point lead over the Wodonga Raiders. And it's an 8-point lead to Albury over Lavington. 61-53 at the Albury Sports Ground.
Game of the round down there.
Absolutely. And back here at the McNamara Reserve, it's a 59-point lead to Myrtleford over Corowa. Nice crowd here. It's Sponsors Day on the balcony. They were hooking in at the McNamara Reserve. Yes, as I went and said hello to Travi Cartwright. Beers flowing, wines flowing. Good crew up there.
Was Travi having a few as well?
He was having a biscuit and a cup of tea.
Just back into it, Travi. Been overseas for a few weeks, so it might be a slow
What's
fourth
the beer
quarter
in Vietnam?
There's a few different ones. Yeah, off the top of my head, I can't remember. I've
been there.
I've been there, yeah, I can't remember. We had a few different ones.
I'm going there later this year.
Sapporo was a good one.
Right.
Which is a Japanese beer, but they sell that everywhere, especially up north.
Travel tips
Hanoi.
with Monty.
Yeah, I loved it there. I think it's a great place. Go get some suits, get them made up, and then you get to the end of the beach, and it's not too bad. But you stay away from the big cities. Little tips.
Fourth quarter underway here on O&M Live. Myrtleford by 59 points over Corowa-Rutherglen here at the McNamara Reserve. We have a secondary stoppage after the opening bounce. We're doing it all thanks to Tyre Power. Big hello to Harry and the crew at A1 Tyre Power. As big Toby Cossa taps it towards Maraka. He goes to Capillari. Gets a 1-2 here, Capillari. Kicks it towards Sonati. On the wing. Ball trickles in front of him. Cody Shutt punches it. 10 metres forward for Corowa-Rutherglen, but McPherson intercepts. Melksham, did he get one high? Yes, umpire says high. And a free kick to Corowa-Rutherglen, half-back. It's in the hands of Darcy Melksham, Monty, all thanks to the Northo Hotel.
Yes, Melksham going to go short. Finds Rouston. They're just trying to take their time a little bit more. Rouston now going to go short, looking for Shutt. It's a nice kick. I don't think he expected it, Cody, but he goes with it straight away. He's got Hanson open on the far side, and he hits him. Here goes Joey. Take a bounce, Joe. Joey goes long, inside 50. It's not a great kick. Del Bosco, could have gone back a little bit harder. Didn't quite, but it comes to a teammate now in Harrington. Harrington gets it on the boot, finds its way to East in the middle of the ground. Here they go through Maraka. Turnover kick from Hanson's going to hurt him here. They're inside 50. Here's Riccardi. Riccardi's going to go low and short and finds Declan Bren. And that poor kick inside 50, 3 possessions later, they're inside 50 having a shot the Saints. And I'll tell you what, that's electrifying football from the Saints.
Just slingshot, isn't it, Winky? We've seen it all day. Turnover, good kicking from Myrtleford. Don't panic, find targets, and it's been an open 50 all day, hasn't it, Winky?
It has been. They've got up to 17 marks inside 40-50. They're up to
so many.
43 inside 50s to 23, boys. So they really had the ascendancy on that part of the game.
Bren going for number 4 here. Set Salva home. Looks a little narrow, and it is just to the left. Minor score, 13-10-88. The Saints 4-4-28. 10-goal lead on the Border Switchboards scoreboard. And we've gone 2 minutes thanks to Maccas in this fourth quarter, thanks to A1 Tyre Power.
3 goals, 2, Declan Bren, so could have had a bag. Should be kicking that one.
Now, you know, bags are 6 now, according to Dan on the podcast.
No, bags are 5.
Oh, I think it's 5, but Dan said, nah, you have to kick 6 to be classed as a bag.
Is he just making his own rules wherever
he
goes?
Well, he said Caelan Breakie was going to kick 9 today, and he's had 1.
1.
Just makes it up as he goes, does Daniel.
Good kick from Rouston. At half back, here's Murphy. Another really good kick. Finds Jed Longmire. This is Corowa's best play. They're out the back. Here's Fletcher Parker on debut. Plays on under a lot of pressure. Kick stays in play. Bradkey tracking this one back. Oh, beats two opponents. He can run in and kick an amazing goal. Caelan Bradkey, that's his second. Two Myrtleford Alpine Saints went to tackle him and intercept it. He showed a little bit of candy and ran into an open goal. 5-4-34 Corowa-Rutherglen. Myrtleford 13-10-88. Caelan will like to watch that one back later on, Winky.
Yeah, I reckon that one might get chopped up there, Panda, but young Fletcher Parker just panicked a little bit, played on when he had the mark inside 50. You'd probably rather him go back and have a shot on goal, but KB finishes it nonetheless, and that's good work from KB. Sold the candy. He's had 2 for the day.
Again, young Fletch looked like he was stuck in quicksand, and McPherson closed him down so quickly. And I think that might be that half in the twos that he played a bit early. He might just not quite, the wheels aren't turning as quick as what he knows they can normally, Fletch.
Very bizarre to play half of the reserves game, then get called up and play the whole senior game.
That's how you do it.
I had a couple of text messages from some Myrtleford people just before saying, do you know Corowa stuffed their points?
Yes, we do.
We do.
As the ball now gets to half forward. Well done, Tanati. He finds its way to Capillari. Capillari to Diesel Beatty. Beatty goes inside 50 looking for Smith. Strong bodywork, can't quite complete the mark. It's at ground level. Riccardi taps it along. Beatty goes back and gets it. Here's Riccardi again at ground level. Spills out. Who's going to be the cleanest one there? Coming through, it was Butson, but he's wrapped up. We're going to have a ball up inside 50 for the Saints at the town end. As a bit of how you going off the ball.
Certainly is. Sting well and truly out of this game, though. 54-point lead to Myrtleford. And a ball up inside their attacking 50. So Corowa with the only goal this last quarter for A1 Tyre Power. 54-point lead on the border switchboard scoreboard. Clearing hand pass from the stoppage from Corowa, intercepted by Maraka. Liked his game. Goes short to Brodie Riccardi, who's right up against the 50, right up against the boundary.
He's a type of guy, but
passes it off instead, and why not? Big Kai Agosta not able to take the mark. Great defence from Corowa. I think Paddy Lavis is the one that's down on the ground. And in the end, it's a clearing kick.
That's Geordie Ayres.
Geordie Ayres, who's done well on Riccardi all day, in fact.
He's tough as nails, Geordie Ayres. He'll get back up.
It's free kick to Myrtleford on the far wing for out of bounds on the full.
Ball now goes back to McPherson. I liked his game today. I reckon he's been pretty handy.
He's used the ball well.
So well. And it just sets him up as now Sharp gets it at centre-half back. Comes this side, the broadcast side, to Ferguson.
Hasn't played the first few weeks, McPherson. Must have had a little niggle.
Played last week in the twos.
Yep.
Ball now down the line. Not great from Ferguson. And we'll go out of bounds. Just escorted over by Darcy Hope. Game's well and truly over here. It is a 54-point lead to the Saints on the border switchboard scoreboard.
A goal each to Albury and Lavington. Albury still lead by 9 points for Evolution Roofing around the grounds.
Ball out the back, Capillari. He's had a ton of it today. Cossa gets the clearing kick, but it's turned over. McCarthy for the Roos. This is what he loves to do. Get in his hands, and he loves to run on that left boot. Finds a teammate, and it's gone the way of Foot. Foot now kicks it out in front of Osborne. Comes back inboard. It's Amory. Amory at the top of the 50. What's he going to do? He just goes back. He's looking for Jed Longmire. He's got a lot of space. He's got another short one, and it is Darcy Hope. And he'll go back and have a shot from 40 out. Tightish angle. What do you think, David? What are your chances from here?
I've mozzed everyone today, so I'm not going to
So you might as well mozz Darcy too, eh?
No, look.
Have it.
I'll say he'll miss it to the right, Scott.
Well, at least he's probably half a chance now that you've said that. So Darcy Hope, been a quiet day for him. Only this goal in the first quarter. It hasn't been a day for the key forwards for the Roos. This Hope sets sail from 40, hits the boot, and it's a bit of a helicopter, but it's gone straight through the middle. David Wink just cannot pick him at all. But that one is a helicopter that's gone straight through. You look a little bit dumbfounded. That's Darcy's second. That's Corowa's 6. There's 6-4-40. 13-10-88. The Saints on the border switchboard scoreboard. And we're gone 7 minutes thanks to Maccas.
I'm 0-5, I think, boys. So having an absolute shocker. Absolute shocker today. But again, you see Corowa switch the ball and then it just opens everything up and they're able to come back, find a switch and then find the inside 50 mark. That's what they haven't been able to do all day.
Absolutely. It paid off that time. It was a beautiful kick in the middle of the ground from McCarthy, but I'd love to know how many helicopters he's kicked today on that left foot.
Kicked a few.
Kicked a couple of sidewinders. Not too many drop punts, but that one paid off. Shut's been thrown in the middle. Off the ground from Clayton. A soccer. Sharp's first there on the broadcast wing. Steadies, calmly kicks down to Calagero. Took a one-hander in the end. Just forward to centre here for Myrtleford. Pretty open 50. Lowers the eyes looking for Riley Smith just over his head. Leapt a little bit early, Riley. Ball gets out the back. Here's McCarthy. Takes a bounce in defence. Takes 2 bounces. Can take a third if he wants.
Or you'd want to
runs pretty far. Then goes out short and finds Ray Murphy. The Denny boy who hugs the boundary line down the wing. Looking for Fletcher Parker, who's got a couple of Myrtleford Alpine Saints to beat. Pethbridge tapped it towards Del Bosco. Good tackle from Parker, who's already, this is his 6th quarter of footy. There's a free kick for a high. It's going to go the way of, I think, Fletcher Parker. No, it's Josh Clayton on the far wing for Corowa. 88 plays 40. Corowa with the only 2 goals in this 4th quarter for A1 Tyre Power.
There's Murphy. Gives it to the runner in Foot. Foot just throws it on that boot, and it's not a good one. Turned over. And Jake Sharp, I've loved his game today. He's lost a little bit of speed, I reckon, but he just controlled him. He's been there, out there, kick on this wing, gets back and helps out, and he's been absolutely fantastic as he goes sideways to his brother Brady, who's been pretty good as well, I reckon, down back. What's he going to do? He's going to go back to Jake in the opposite back pocket. I love how Cora have numbered up here, but Jed Longmire's let his man Del Bosco just get a bit of space, and he's got the mark now at half back. Del Bosco just controlling the game a little bit here. 8-goal lead to the Saints. Goes long down the line as Del Bosco. Oh, how good is his hands been? Riley Smith. What a grab on centre wing on the far side. Now he's just assessing his options. They've sensed that Cora have had a bit of a run on here with only 2 goals this quarter, and they're just controlling this game, and I like it. Kick's not a great one over the head of Beatty. It'll go to bounds. Just Myrtleford's side of centre wing. As we go to the 40-wing stat sheet with David Wink.
Yeah, the boys who are lighting it up are still Tom Capillari. He's had 4 disposals in this last quarter. He's had 24 for the game and is really finishing strong.
Boundary throw in on the far side of the ground. Around the ground's quick update for Evolution Roofing. Albury by 14 points over Lavington. Wodonga by 5 goals over Yarra. As Corowa flick it around from the stoppage. Down the line they go, but it's intercepted by Simon Curtis playing in front of his man on the wing. Goes short with a dainty one. Here's Capillari. How many for him, Winky?
This will be 25, Pena.
He's used all of them as well. Maraka plays on. Kicking towards the pocket. Out the back, Riley Sharp. Got a couple of hands to it. In the end, it goes over the line and out of play. 5 metres around from Myrtleford's goal, right next to the point post. Haven't kicked a goal, Myrtleford, since the 19th minute mark of the 3rd quarter through Decky Bren. So they've held up well defensively here, Corowa-Rutherglen, which is a positive for the last 5 or 10 minutes, Monty.
Yeah, it would have been Krez's big message at 3-quarter time, I reckon. Let's just make sure we win this quarter, take something into next week, because I tell you what, it was all looking very dour. But they've kicked only 2, but they're going to give away a free kick here. And it's going to go the way of the Saints inside 50. I reckon it might be Joshy Maraka. It is Joshy Maraka. So they'll have a shot from about 25 out. Slightish angle. And a guy of his skill should be able to put something like this through.
9 and a goal last week against Yarrawonga for Joshy Maraka. Do you like his chances here, Winky?
Come on, Wink. You got to hit one sooner or later.
I'll moz him and say he'll put it straight through the big sticks, fellas.
Oh, no, you're in trouble, Joshy. It wasn't us. It was David Wink. If you're looking for him, he lives in Wodonga.
Works at BUR.
BUR. But Joshy has missed it. Oh, no.
Jesus, I'm
David.
Having an absolute stinker up here.
And on a score there. David Wink is 0-6, trying to say what blokes will do. But it's 13-11-89. 6-4-40. 49-point lead on the Wodonga Switchboards scoreboard.
Here they go through Hanson out of defence. Turnover, though. Munro intercepts. Point of the square. Broadcast side. Kicks into the pocket. Looking for Riley Sharp. Oh, good mitts. Oh, not paid the mark. Extraordinary. Riccardi crumbs it. Snaps it towards goal. Doesn't matter, though. Because big Riley Smith between Geordie Ayres and Paddy Lavis will line up from 10 metres out directly in front. Surely,
Dawson.
Winky.
Come on, Dawson.
Surely, Winky.
What can he do?
He's got to kick this one, doesn't he?
Well,
he can't miss from there.
He's 10 metres out top of the goal square.
I'll tell you what, if he misses this, he'll come searching for you.
He's a big ruckman who's already kicked one.
He said that in the first quarter about big ruckman's shots on goal, didn't he?
Absolutely.
He dobbed it from 50 on the arc.
Riley comes in, makes no
yes,
mistake.
Winky, you won.
Says, thank you, Winky. And it's through for a major. The first since the 19th minute mark of the 3rd quarter for the Saints. Doesn't matter, they lead by 55 points, 95-40. All thanks to Border Switchboards. We've played 12 minutes for Maccas in this final quarter.
2 goals for big Riley Smith. He's putting together some sort of season, boys. I reckon he's Team of the Year ruckman, but today we've seen him go forward and been a real threat for the Corowa-Rutherglen back 6.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. He's just a big man mountain, isn't he? He's got great hands and nice skills for a ruckman too. Even though you bagged him in the first quarter, Winky, I reckon his skills are beautiful.
Yeah, no, he's proved me wrong, Scott.
Again.
Yep.
There's a ball in the middle. Cossa, his ruck mate, wins the tap, goes to ground, foot tackled straight away. I have a repeat stoppage in the centre circle.
Not looking after my Saturday pre-game prediction, Jordan Foot. Hasn't had much of it today,
No,
Monty.
he's been pretty average. There's the ball now. He comes coming out through Longmire. Finds his way to that man, Foot. The Roos is trying to link up. Turned over, but now through Del Bosco. Del Bosco goes short, looking for a teammate in Bren. Comes over the back. Well done, Maraca. What a kick that is. He has been fantastic. Joshy Maraca finds Augusta. Augusta goes to the top of the goal square. 1-on-1. Sharp. Too big, too strong. Riley Sharp. Mawson's concrete mark of the day right there. And he'll go back and have a shot from 10 metres out. Do you reckon we can get 2 in a row?
I reckon we can.
Come on, Winky. What do you reckon? What's he going to do?
Nah, he'll kick this one, boys. And this game has been a bit of a fizzer, hasn't it?
It has, yep. But just once again, really good ball use from Myrtleford. Maraca really liked his game. I think he's been fantastic. Needed a really big day, Joshy Maraca, and he's come off for him.
Yep. There's Riley Sharp, top of the goal square. Won't miss him. Winky's got 2 in a row. It's a steal-line goal today for big Riley. That's his second. Yeah, tall timbers down there have been a bit of a handful for the Roos, but that's 15-11, 101 to 6-4-40. 61-point lead, Border switchboard scoreboard, and we've gone 14 minutes thanks to Maccas.
Inside forward 50s, 5 inside forward 50s this quarter for 4 marks. So they're just too big down there for the Corowa defence, and there's not much you can really do. They're a foot taller than you, Scott, and they're a bit bigger than you. You can't do much about it. And trust me, I would know.
I was going to say, you know you've copped that a bit, haven't you, when they've been a foot taller than you?
Yes, like Panda mentioned earlier, I just punched him in the ribs.
Don't you mean the kneecaps?
Yes, kneecaps will do. Anywhere will do.
The pop-up sprinkler you were a bit, weren't you?
He was a pop-up sprinkler, our man Winky. He was one of the dirtiest in the Albury Junior Footy League
come
for the
on,
Raiders.
Don't spread any lies.
A lot of the Raiders were back then.
No lies as Morton goes by hand. Hanson tried hard all day. Hand passes it to Grass in the end. Just gains some valuable yardage and keeps on running. Gets it back. Kick hogs the boundary line. Darcy Hope, second bite of the cherry. How's that not a mark?
He said play off hands, so
Okay.
he's obviously thinking Ferguson got a touch on it.
Probably pay that every day of the week.
I would have thought so.
Hope wasn't paid the mark. We have a ball up. Right on attacking 50 broadcast side. Hogging the boundary line here for Corowa-Rutherglen. Here's Melksham. Breaks out of the stoppage. Left foot kick into the leading lane of Bradkey. Pushed his opponent underneath it. Gets out the back. Tries to spin out of trouble. Hand pass towards Butson. He's beset upon by 4 Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Look at them hunt the footy and back each other up with numbers. Pethbridge. Hand pass intercepted. Shutt, who snuck forward for the Roos. Beatty does well. Calmly does well. Retreats back towards Del Bosco. All this in front of the scoreboard in Myrtleford's defence. Beatty in the end runs out of defence. Hugs the boundary line. Does it stay in play? It does. Big Riley Sharp, who's kicked 2, marks on the far side. 101 plays 40. Myrtleford by 61. We played 16 for Mackets on the Border switchboard scoreboard.
It's a nice kick to Colin Jerry. He's going to get a chop in the arms free kick on true centre wing. Bowen wants the footy. It might be 50. He just goes with it now. Colin Gero goes inside 50. He's got a couple of options. Augusta's all by himself. Doesn't quite hit him. Needed to be a little bit better. Good tackle and follow up there from Augusta. He's going to get a holding the ball free kick. And that's what Myrtleford have done all day. When they haven't taken the mark, their defensive pressure inside 50 has been fantastic. And Big Kai is going to go back and line up for number 3.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Corowa can do here, boys. They're trying everything. They just had absolutely no answers for the Saints today. They've been terrific all day.
They really have been. And Big Kai, tell you what, there's a few up for our Anytime Fitness Player of the Day today. I'm just trying to think about who it might be, and Big Kai might be thereabouts.
Dickie Bren's kicked 3.
Dickie Bren's been good. There's Big Kai. Now he's kicked 3. He's been fantastic. Another steal line goal today for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Takes them to 16-11 and 107. The Corowa-Rutherglen Roos 6-4-40. 6-7-point lead on the Border switchboard scoreboard. And we've gone 17 minutes thanks to Maccas in this Tyre Power fourth quarter.
Oh, that's me, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah, it is.
Sorry, I was just having a look at the scoreboard. But, yeah, look. The ball's back in the middle, boys, so I'll handball back to you.
Good. Well
back
played.
to you to
that was a bit
finish
of
it off.
craft there, a bit of craft. Well done.
Absolutely, some craft if I've ever seen it.
About as good as Billy Brownless's craft that was.
Oh, he's got you covered.
He certainly does. Soccer off the ground from Toby Cossa. So you sort of just got to make a bit of crap up with the scores like this, boys.
Yep.
Morton.
And Winky's giving us plenty of ammo at the moment.
He has.
The way he's going.
Court holding the ball. A free kick here to Harrington. Just forward to centre. He's going to dart the eyes inside 50. Brown out the back. Made a contest over the head of Riccardi. It clean bowled about 5 blokes. Riley Sharp's on the end of it. He's going to kick a goal. Riley Sharp's kick
Is
three.
he? Umpire's blowing the whistle. He hasn't paid the goal. I think it's going to be a free kick to Cora.
Yep, it's a free kick to Cody Shutt, who can hardly walk out there. Tough as nails is Cody Shutt. So it must have been for an in the back or a hold. It's a free kick to Corowa on the last line of defence. 107 plays 40. As we do start to think about our anytime fitness, Scott.
Well, I was trying to get a bit of info from you boys when I was talking about Kai Augusta. He gave me nothing as Ferguson pumps it back inside 50 for the Saints. Oh, well done, Cody Shutt. He's been great for the Roos today, I reckon. He's really stood up at times. And his kick there goes to Meltram. Look at Big Smith. In the last quarter, you led him by 11 goals, and he chases one of the quickest blokes on the ground. He gets sidestepped, but I tell you what, that's an effort you want to see from your ruckman. As Meltram's kicked down the line to Longmire. Tackled straight away, but still gets that handball out. McCarthy tackled as soon as he takes it. And we'll have a ball up on true centre wing, far side. But yes, anytime fitness player of the day. There's been a few. A lot of little guys from Myrtleford.
Matty Munro's game.
Munro's been good.
3 goals,
Capillari's been good. Maracca's been good. Smith's been great.
Jackson East down for 27 and a goal.
Yep. It's going to be hard.
I'll work it out.
You certainly will, because you'll be doing the interview, Scott.
Oh, so what, Winky's, just throws the hands in the air, doesn't worry about it? No. Fair enough.
Well,
it's too far for him to reach up to the microphone.
Especially if he got big Riley Smith as his anytime fitness player of the day.
He could well be too.
He could be. KB in the middle of the ground, wasn't able to mark. Look at Fletcher Parker down there on the massage table, getting the cars rubbed. He's played 6 quarters of footy, poor Fletch.
Poor bugger.
Diesel Beatty goes short to Cossa. He's on the far wing. Big Toby. How have you seen the 1-2 ruck duo?
It. Loved it. Potentially nearly be the best ruck duo after one game.
Like to see it again.
Look at this. Here look at this. This is why.
Riley Sharp on the end of it inside 50. And he will line up for his second goal. No, his third goal. Big Riley Smith. And if he kicks this, I reckon it's the anytime fitness player of the day. I reckon, for Riley.
I certainly won't be doing the interview if Big Riley is the man.
For those who aren't aware, our man David Wink here is every bit of 4'5".
He's up to my armpit. He's up to my armpit.
5'2".
There we go.
Dwarfs are classified at 4'8" and under, so I'm technically not a dwarf, Blake. 5'2". Thank you very much.
We love it. Just like we love that finish from Riley Smith.
So good.
That's his third. Myrtleford. It'll be a happy Alpine Valley tonight. They lead by 73 points, 113 to 40. It's a big margin for Border Switchboards at the 20th minute mark here in this final quarter. David Wink, he's played a hell of a game.
He's probably a recruit that come over from Perth, played in a Waffle Grand Final, I think, in 2023.
Yep.
And no one probably knew anything about him. He'd come up here, probably no sort of fuss was made about him, but he's a genuine star of the competition and he's absolutely been dominating today and just been too big for the Corowa boys out there. And his right-hand man, Toby Costa's been pretty handy as well.
I'd like to see this ruck combination probably against the Rovers or another 1-2 punch, another really good
Who's the
ruckman.
other 1-2 punch in the comp?
Damon and Christie.
Yeah, they're the only one, I reckon.
Yeah, but I'd like to see it against a side that actually has a ruckman. So
and a key back.
Correct. Corowa haven't actually had a ruckman out there today.
No, I agree. But I'll tell you what, I've liked their works when they've been in their side by themselves, and I like it when they're in it together. So ball just fumbles around a little bit. Oh, well done, Foot. Gets a hand on it. Tackled straight away by Capillari. He's tried hard all day. And the ball just gets balled up. It's going to be at half forward for the Roos. Capillari 40-yard free kick.
Around the grounds, Evolution Roofing. Wodonga will beat Yarrawonga and Albury will beat Lavington. 27 points in front there.
It's all over there as Finn Osborne now just weaves around some traffic. Finds its way to Liam McCarthy. McCarthy high up and under. Hope wants a bit of a run at it. Just gets nudged under it. Great body work there from Ferguson. Coming away with its Curtis. Just kicks it out into space. Who's going to be the first there? Cody Shutt. Jake Sharp just cannot go there. I think he might have got a bit of cramp or pulled a groin, one of the two. But it's a nice kick by Shutt and a great play. And he's gone inside 50 and found Jed Longmire, who'll have a shot from 35-40 out.
He's battled hard today, Jed. He's He's up to the 21 disposals. He's tried his guts out. He just hasn't had anyone to come with him, unfortunately. And the big fella will go back and have a shot on goal.
I think it's just cramped for Jake Sharp. For all those listening at home, just feeling the groin and stretching it out, so I think he'll be fine. There's now big Jed Longmire for the Roos.
Gets the message.
As you can hear, Jed Longmire sets Salva home. It's not a good one. Goes to the left side.
You can hardly run,
score.
Jake Sharp, actually.
Yeah, I reckon it's cramping worse and worse as he's running. But it's 6-5-41, 17-11, 113. Saints with a handy lead here on the Border Switchboards scoreboard. Nearly 23 minutes gone, thanks to Maccas.
A handy lead, Scott.
Just
I think
handy.
it's a bit more than a handy one.
Handy.
72 points. Very handy indeed. Curtis goes short to Mitch Tenardi.
Some would say game-winning lead.
Yep, I would say that for sure. There's only one side that's come back from nearly 70 points in a game of AFL, and that's the Essendon Football Club.
Yeah, it wasn't 70, but
it was 69.
Yep.
Harrington goes short here.
Yeah, the Essendon Football Club going to you, Blake?
Well, they started their game 4 minutes ago against Sydney, so I'll get home for the second half. It's Capillari, goes to half forward, McPherson. Sting really going out of this one here. This is just no injury mode for the last 10 minutes for both of these sides.
Gee, you reckon there's 10 minutes left?
No, hopefully
not. I hope not.
Jamie Wells with the ball on his own defensive 50, hugs the boundary line, looking for Darcy Hope, who has pushed his opponent, being Pethbridge, into that contest. There's Finn Osborne, goes down the line, Longmire with a fumble. Down the line for Pickle Rick Lavis. He keeps it in, but his kick is smothered by big Toby Cossa, a man I would not like to run into.
I'll tell you what, he did the right thing there. He could have really killed him. He really could have, but did the right thing.
I reckon if it was in the first or second quarter, he would have.
The game had a bit more spite in it, you reckon? It might have been game on, but Cossa did the right thing there to his opponent as he wins that, as he goes up against Lavis too, one of the smaller men. Del Bosco, clearing kick, goes inside 50, running back with the fly. It's a good grab there from Clayton. And now he just goes short, finds a teammate at full-back. Liked it when they've tried to control it. Butson. It was Irvin, sorry. He goes short. He finds Williamson. And then he goes to McCarthy. McCarthy now. Stinger's definitely gone out of this one. Not much going on. Morton drops what he probably should have taken. Kelvin does well. Finds his way to Capillari. Gets legged by Morton. He's going to get the free kick. He's had plenty of it today, Tommy. Taking his stats today.
Tommy Capillari's up to the 26 disposals.
Been great. He just goes back, finds one of their true leaders who's also been pretty handy at halfback today, I reckon, Simon Curtis. Hasn't done a hell of a lot, but when he has stood up, it's been good. Del Bosco now. Centre wing. Goes short looking for Maraca. Another one who's been great. Hard to find a poor player for Myrtleford today for a result like this as Maraca goes inside 50. Edged out of it there with Smith. Bren just goes, let's take this one out. We'll have a reset inside our 50. Boundary throwing about 5 metres away from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints goal.
So a boundary throw in here, 72 points the margin. Percentage so important in season 2025. So you really want to bury your side when you get the chance to. Could be the difference between a top 3 finish, sneaking into finals, or potentially finishing out. And it's a free kick here for a high on Capillari. He'll line up. In fact, he gives the handball off, and setting sail from 45 metres is Simon Curtis, and missing for a minor score margin at 73, 114 to 41. The Saints well and truly in front here for Border Switchboards. We played 26 minutes for Maccas. Give us some of the leading stat winners in this fourth quarter, please, Winky.
Tom Capillari, the man we just spoke about, he's had 8. Jackson East has I've only got him down for the 1 disposal.
I haven't seen him for a little while. He'll be on the bench, I think.
Yep.
Might have just been put on ice.
A big win for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints over Corowa-Rutherglen. 17-12, 114 to Corowa-Rutherglen 6-5, 41. As the Saints song goes pretty loud over the speakers here at the McNamara Reserve. They have a game next week against the Albury Tigers, which they'll be pumped about on their home deck. And Corowa-Rutherglen will have to lick their wounds and play Wodonga at home. That's as loud a song as you'll hear over the speaker, David Dawson-Wink.
Yes, it was really quite aggressive, Blake.
They're going again.
Turn it up.
Which is what we love to see. Maybe someone on the sponsors day has had a couple of cans and pressed play on their phone to play the song a couple of times, which is what we like to see. But a big win, a really good win by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
It was a really impressive win, and we spoke pre-game that they've let 2 games this year slip. Against Lavington, and then last week. Who did they play last week, Blake?
They played Yarrawonga.
Yarrawonga, that's right. But they were up by 4 or 5 goals, let those games slip. Well, today they didn't let that happen, and they gained some valuable percentage, which could come down.
Monty's forgotten the sign. He's forgotten the anytime sign.
Oh, sorry, mate. I'll get a photo later with him.
That's all right. You go get a photo later with our anytime fitness player of the day. He is down on the boundary, Monty. He does it all. I reckon that's about as far as we'll get.
Still got me?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
you still got me. Yeah.
Now we're,
don't go too much further.
I'm just trying to get him. I'll come a little bit closer once I get him.
Okay.
Who do we reckon he's going to go,
I reckon he's going to
Blake?
go and find Big Riley Smith, I reckon.
Big Riley Smith, I reckon. You're
Yep.
spot on there, the big fella.
He's found the big fella. He's going to cop a little bit of shit, I reckon.
He's definitely copping some shit, boys.
That's what I love. Big Riley Smith, anytime fitness player of the day.
Yeah, anytime fitness player of the day, Riley, mate. Bit of a change up there and forward. Closer, we're just losing it a little bit. But 3 goals, mate. Bit of a different role for you. Good look for you guys, and a couple of tall options down there now.
Yeah, no, it was change up today. Corowa were a bit shorter down back, so thought we could just expose them there, putting a couple taller bodies back down forward.
I'll tell you what, your midfield really put them to the sword a little bit, especially in that second half. The ball was coming down there a lot, and you just didn't stop, and great win.
Yeah, couldn't be happier, mate. We haven't really played a full game yet, so today was probably the 4 quarters that we're looking to play. So hopefully we can keep it going.
Well, the boys are waiting to get in there and sing the song, mate, so well done, anytime fitness player of the day.
Cheers, appreciate it. Thanks, mate.
Big Riley Smith, the quiet achiever, our anytime fitness player of the day. And we'll get Scotty Montgomery to grab a photo of him. He was outstanding. He probably wants the sign. He's getting a little bit of crap from all the boys. So well done to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. We won't worry about the song because it will cut out into the rooms. We'll get Monty to go and film it, and we'll play it back for you for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints fans. Well done. We'll take a break. Our post-game show for Harvey Norman betting on the other side of this. We'll catch up with both coaches as the Myrtleford Alpine Saints go to 3-1. Sorry, 3-2. 3-2 with a big win over Corowa-Rutherglen.
What's your future look like? Where do you want to be? Whatever it looks like, with GoTAFE, you've got this. Get real skills for real jobs and careers right now. Search GoTAFE today.
The Ovens and Murray Football League is proudly sponsored by Opal. Thinking packaging? Discover Opal.
Shawty get inspired, how about that? How about that? This time.
Welcome to Sundancer Homes. We make building your dream home exciting and stress-free. Backed by over 30 years of experience, one of many reasons why we provide a lifetime structural guarantee. Visit our information centre at Dean Street, Albury.
I reckon I'll go mid. Carlton Dry 3.5. Embrace the mid.
celebrates life like you do. At Tobin Brothers Funerals, we're here to help you celebrate the life of your loved one, your own special way. Tobin Brothers Funerals, celebrating lives.
There's a home, there's
With Optus Home Internet, you get more yes. Whoa. Which means less family screen time and more harmony with powerful Wi-Fi.
Woo!
Get the Ultra Wi-Fi modem at no extra cost.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Out of the box and primed for the show. On your marks, get set. Being first out the gate. Get the fit you need. The athlete's foot. Fit for every run.